The Decision Reel is also brought to you by Newsly. Newsly is an audio app for iOS and Android that picks up web articles about the most trending topics on the web at any given moment and reads them to you in a natural human voice. For the first time in the history of the internet, the web becomes listenable. Browse articles from topics you choose and start playing. Stop scrolling and start listening with Newsly. They also have podcasts as well. Explore trending podcasts from over 40 countries, including our podcast, The Decision Reel. Download and use Newsly for free now from www.newsly.me or from the link in the description of this episode and use the promo code REEL2021. That's REEL 2021 and receive a 1-month free premium subscription to Newsly.
You are listening to The Decision Reel, brought to you by Bright Eyes Entertainment.
Come on, Peter. Let's just do it.
It's heartening to see so many strange new faces here today. I know my mom would be very touched and probably a little suspicious. My mother was a very secretive and private woman. It's Grandma. You know you were her favorite, right? Even when you were a little baby, she wouldn't let me feed you because she needed to feed you. She was a very difficult woman, which maybe explains me.
I recognize you from your mother.
What? Sometimes I swear I can feel them in the room.
Oh my God! What's that?
She isn't gone.
She had private rituals, private friends.
Who's gonna take care of me?
You don't think I'm gonna take care of you?
But when you die.
And she wasn't altogether there. At the end.
Mom?
I don't like this. Dad, I don't like this.
What's happening? Peter! Don't you ever raise your voice at me! I am your mother! Please stop! Mom, what's happening? Make it stop! Make it stop!
I just don't want to put any more stress on my family.
Boop. Oh, shit. Hey, guys. It is the Decision Reel time. This episode is going to have 3 people on it only.
Trace.
We got Tiffaney here tonight, which is nice. And we got my man George.
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 Hello.
A special kind of episode. We've had some scheduling issues and whatnot, but we're here. We're doing it. It don't matter.
And it is spooky season, folks.
It's close to spooky season.
It is fucking spooky season, all right?
All right, it's spooky
it is
season.
Spooky season.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Tiffany. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's fine. Whatever. Well, okay.
Yeah.
But we're here. We're doing a movie that George picked last week.
Good choice.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one. George, what movie are we doing?
We are doing Hereditary.
Well, no, you got to do it in the voice.
Hereditary.
Ooh.
Perfect.
Is that all right?
Yes.
I don't know.
That was good.
All right.
I'm liking it. So you can watch this movie now on streaming services, but not for free anywhere, unless you have Showtime. So you're paying for Showtime. You can watch it on there. Besides that, you can watch it on Sling TV, Amazon Prime, Vudu, YouTube, Google Play, Apple TV, and Hulu. But you got to pay for it on all those services.
I own this movie because I love it so much.
Well, obviously, if you bought it, you can watch it. But you're not watching it for free because you had to pay for it at one time.
Yeah. Yep. You're correct, sir.
I have a firm grasp of the obvious.
Thank you for explaining how buying things works.
You know, I'm
we
here.
were all wondering.
I'm here to help you out with life.
Thank you.
I do want to point one thing out. My wife is drinking a bottle of wine with a straw.
I bought these straws
I'm
on purpose.
so proud of you.
Look at that.
Are those straws specifically for wine bottles?
Yeah.
Like they're super long.
Good goddamn.
To
that's
fit
amazing.
through the
I
neck.
got those last Christmas at the World Market.
We're not talking about Christmas right now. We're talking about Halloween, and that's it.
Spooky season.
Yeah. Slow, one thing at a time, okay?
Yeah.
We are devolving in. But hey, before we get into this, I want to say, hey, anybody who out there who is listening, thanks for listening. If you could please go on our social medias, give us a like, give us a favorite, maybe go on our Apple's podcast, give us a review. Anything like that would be definitely appreciated. We're trying to make this thing happen, and I think we're starting to trend upwards here.
Oh, man.
And things are going pretty good.
Gaining traction, if you will. Is that
Gaining
what's
some
happening?
traction.
That's
yeah.
pretty cool. Yeah, tell us movies we've done that you dig and stuff, and ones that you hate specifically. Maybe recommend some spooky season movies because horror is my favorite genre. So we're about to delve into some really, really good ones. And
delve.
Not enough time in this month.
There really isn't. And this is an A24 movie, and as you guys know, I specifically very much love A24 films. And the next horror movie I pick will probably also be it. I'm thinking. Oh man, if you look through their catalog, it's.
I don't think I've ever.
It's
looked
like
up.
a solid 40% horror, maybe more.
It's all psychological horror. There's nothing that's like over the top slasher type horror.
So that
movies.
one we watched the other day.
The closest thing
Malignant.
would be like It Follows. It's like the closest thing I can think to like a monster movie. You know?
So hey, I looked that up. That is not A24.
It's not.
No, you were thinking of another one. Something at night.
It comes
at night.
Oh, that's not.
That's
A24.
That's psychological.
I don't know what
horror.
genre that. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
I don't really. God, I guess it's just horrible. Like things that happen in that.
It's not horror.
Really
it's
scary.
horrible.
It's just the things that happen. You're like, oh my god, I can't believe that these people were put in this
That gave
position.
me Austin Powers vibes there.
What?
He was like a horrible.
Horrible.
It's that movie.
Horrible.
It comes at night. I would recommend it as like a one-time viewing. Oh my god, The Killing of a Sacred Deer. Has anyone seen that?
No.
Just another.
I don't even think I heard. Wait.
Completely fucked up movie. That one is definitely A24.
I think I'm getting. I think I see the
Uncut Gems was done by A24.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, it
Ah,
See,
I didn't know that.
I will
Lady
say
Bird.
to our listeners, I specifically am interested in doing an A24 only podcast.
We could do a A24
super-
podcast series.
Yeah.
And getting super deep into just those movies. They're enough that you could do it for a while and get some good movies done.
Val.
Yeah, it was produced by A24.
And then
I remember saying that.
one of my favorites, Ex
Machina?
That's a great movie.
That movie is
Love
so
that
good.
movie.
Yeah.
So
hey,
good.
we kind of touched into something there that I want to talk about. Is we're thinking about starting a Patreon, and we're thinking about ideas for the Patreon and what other people could listen to and whatnot. And I think that's a great little segue. There is we could do an A24 only Patreon episodes where that's one of the Patreon tiers is we're going to have it where we do just A24 movies and talk about those and delve deep into them.
Yeah. Fellow like film buff people out there, talk to us, about the things, your favorite directors, any films that you consider real pieces of art, like I would consider a lot of A24, most of them.
Well, to me,
talk to us
yeah.
about that. That's, I've
never
we are
even
your
heard
people.
of most of these movies, to be honest.
Well, that's because they're not mainstream, right? They're not getting mainstream worldwide releases.
So I think of them as, like you said, like thriller, like
many of them are.
Yeah.
Psychological.
Okay, so I'm looking through the list, and one random one is John Mulaney and the Sack Lunch, that show that he came out with.
That's
terrible. I love John Mulaney.
That's A24.
Yeah, they produced it. It wasn't. I didn't like it.
No.
Anyway,
it was too out there. But you know what? I give them credit for giving somebody the ability to make something they want to make. And if I like it, okay, cool. If I don't like it, whatever. But somebody's out there probably is liking it, and that's John Mulaney.
Mm.
So getting back to this movie.
Hold on. Has anybody seen The Lighthouse?
Yeah, I
was
fucking
just
love The
looking that
Lighthouse.
up.
Oh my fucking god!
I literally just had that on my phone.
You're fond of me, lobster, aren't you?
I was
It looks familiar, but I'm thinking of a different movie. The one with Leonardo DiCaprio where he goes off.
Oh yeah. Shutter Island.
Yes.
Yeah. This is completely different. This
No,
is
I know. It just
2 dudes in a lighthouse and shit gets fucking weird.
Shit gets fucking weird.
But I love how that movie's shot. It's not even in like 4:3. It's like 4:4 because it's like square.
Yeah.
Right. The aspect ratio, and it's just like almost like one of those old school Crank movie, whatever, where it just looks super old and crazy.
It's in black and white. Correct?
Yeah, and it's literally, isn't it just Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson?
That's it.
Yes.
And they're on this island together. And Robert Pattinson said that like it changed how he sees acting working with Willem Dafoe.
Well, yeah.
So like he's bringing a lot of that into like the Batman, that he's making now. He's like, I wasn't an actor before. I don't know if he like quoted that, but like that's the energy I got from the things he was saying. That like
I'm about it. I'm here to watch it.
He's like considers himself like a much better actor after working with Willem on The Lighthouse.
I will have to watch it because it got a 90%
It's
on Rotten
fucking-
Tomatoes.
Okay.
You're not gonna. I don't think you're gonna like it.
I kind of want.
I have it.
I kind of want to watch it with you. It's
Yeah.
bizarre. It's the most bizarre movie I've ever
Let's
seen.
not spoil something.
I
for
think
her.
I would be more entertaining to watch it with, just seeing my reaction.
Right.
The actual movie.
Going into the Patreon again, thinking about doing watch-alongs and stuff like that,
That'd
and
be
movie
great.
commentaries.
Especially with like somebody who's never seen it before.
Yeah, that would be funny.
They would mostly be me then.
Yeah.
I would have to.
So I have that movie downloaded. We can watch it whenever we want.
You're fond of me, lobster, aren't you?
The movie's
so good. Yeah, it's Willem Dafoe, and he talks just like that.
Can I say one thing about Willem Dafoe?
Yeah.
The first Spider-Man movie, he's amazing in.
Yeah.
What? Why am I?
And like,
drawing a blank here.
I want to watch it just for him.
I haven't seen it probably in fucking 15 years.
So I hate Tobey Maguire. I think he is something about his face and the way he talks just turns me off to like get off my screen. You know what I mean?
I
But
don't know if I'm a big fan of him.
I love Willem Dafoe. Look at that face. He looks crazy.
He's an incredible actor for sure.
Wasn't he in the one about like firefighters or something?
No, you're thinking of Dennis Leary.
Oh, they do have
and they
similar
do look
faces. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
They got like that Joker-esque look.
My bad.
Man, I've seen like mock-ups of Willem as
Yes,
the Joker. Can you imagine Robert Pattinson Batman, Willem Dafoe Joker? Holy shit, let's make it happen.
Let's do it.
Send some emails. All the Decision Reel listeners, send
Let's
some
get it.
emails.
Let's
All
spam
10
them.
of us.
Yeah. Oh.
There's dozens of us.
Literally.
I will say this though, the Batman Arkham Asylum video games, even though that is Mark Hamill doing the Joker, his face
looks like
Willem Dafoe.
he's got those like cheeks, like the sunken in cheeks and all.
Yeah.
He looks like Willem, yeah.
In those games, the stories in them to me are like some top tier obviously they're grabbing the stories from the comics and whatnot, but
they're pretty original though, man. I will admit. I mean, from what I know about Batman, I've read a lot of Batman comics, man, especially all the big ones.
But I really do like it, those movies, those games. They're really good.
The first one is my favorite because it's like it feels like a roller coaster ride in the same way that BioShock does to me.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yes.
You know, like I don't really like the open world as much as the claustrophobic environment of the first one.
Okay, my brain's percolating right now. Another Patreon thing. We review video games.
Yeah.
Oh. But story wise, not we're reviewing a video game for we're doing video game.
The same way we do movies, except
it's just the story of the video game.
You know what we should do? Fucking Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Officer Tenpenny.
Boy.
That shit was good.
Yeah.
Anyways,
dude. Okay, hey, getting back to this movie, we're
Hereditary,
I found
folks.
my Twitch channel.
Oh,
Jesus.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Here we go.
Hold on. So what is it?
Me playing video games.
Right. That's what Twitch is.
Yeah, obviously. Duh.
But like for the story, like story oriented.
Yeah,
Don't skip any cutscenes or anything.
I guess so.
I've always wanted to do that with like Metal Gear 1. Just don't skip a single cutscene.
Dude, I was playing Metal Gear 1 the other night when she was looking up stuff for the cabin. I was sitting down here. I got to the point where we're going up the stairwell. Yeah.
I probably haven't done that in 20 fucking years, man.
Bum, 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 bum.
Bum, bum, bum.
Fucking love Metal Gear. All
Best
right.
game of all time.
You know what? Best game series of all time. I will say in my top 5 video games, Metal Gear Solid 1 is in it, and Metal Gear Solid either 2 or 3 are like so close.
No, 3.
What about Red Dead Redemption? No?
No, 3 is just like,
3
but I
beats
love
out
2.
2 by a lot to me.
Gameplay-wise?
I don't like riding at all.
I don't like riding either, but I like the story that's there, and I like everything that game represents and where we are in the world today, where that story basically said, this is where we're going.
Yeah.
And it had no idea.
It was right about everything.
Yeah,
which
it
is
was so meta
fucking
and it
weird.
was so over the top, and everybody
Kojima
went.
is like a prophet.
Yeah,
He's a genius.
I will say this: have you ever played the new game he's got, the
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding?
Mm-mm.
It's preachy, it's long, it's boring, but it's worth playing.
Dude, I just haven't been playing a lot of video games for a while.
That one. Like, I didn't want to watch it. Usually I want to watch the...
Yeah. Well, it's not one of those games that, like, you want to watch it. It's a game you want to play, and he's basically doing a meta commentary on the way the world works right now, which is no one's working together. No one's helping each other out. So this game, you need other players to help you do things. You don't need them to complete the story, but if they help you and do stuff, it helps you beat the game easier. And the fact that people work together without actually playing the game together is so crazy and so different than anything that's out there. I got to give him credit.
Mm.
So anyways.
We still haven't talked about Hereditary.
Hereditary.
Sorry, guys.
We're 15 minutes in. This is the synopsis.
Synopsis.
When the matriarch of the Graham family passes away, her daughter and grandchildren begin to unravel cryptic and increasingly terrifying secrets about their ancestry, trying to outrun the sinister fate that they have inherited. Look at me talking.
Good
Look
job.
at you. Proud of you. Didn't stumble over a thing.
Thank you. I don't know what was going on there.
Oh man.
So
I mean that's it's a tough movie to say what it's exactly like to define it, you know?
Yeah.
It's a tough movie to put a synopsis around, I'd say. Because there's a lot more to it. But there's not really.
No,
So at the
It's kind of
core,
a simple story.
At the core, it's a simple story. What's going on here? I'm cutting out. At the core of it, the story literally is struggle, family struggle, and suffering, right? They're
Yeah.
going through a traumatic event in which their mother passes away, whatnot, but there's so much backstory to these characters that we don't know about. But it's there. You're seeing it on their faces. You're seeing them go through all these problems, but we don't know what those problems are because we weren't
going
there.
through grief.
Right.
Exactly. And then it turns into something more.
Yeah, they're going through this grief scenario, and they're trying to deal with all these emotions, and then more things keep happening, and then they're discovering things about the grandmother that are fucking them up.
Yeah. I will say this, and I haven't said this before on this podcast, but I'm going to start saying this when we do the intro. Spoilers. Obviously, spoilers.
Yeah. Every episode is going to be full of spoilers. We're watching the movie and talking about the whole thing.
We're getting into the
right.
spoilers
And
right away.
And this movie specifically, like, if you have not seen this movie, stop this podcast, watch it, and then come back. Because seriously, we are going to ruin it for you. It will, and like horror movies specifically, it's just going to make it so you're never going to want to watch it.
If you don't watch this movie before listening to this podcast, heads are going to roll.
Oh,
Spoiler right
there
there.
she is.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this movie has some seriously shocking gore.
Yeah.
You know,
But
like
it's
over
not
the
even
top,
gore.
though.
It's not gore. It's just terrifying imagery.
Yeah.
That's the way to put it. Literally the most it gave me nightmares. I was up several nights, the most terrifying imagery I've ever seen in a movie.
There's 3 shots in this movie that makes my skin crawl.
I just thinking about it in this moment in your lighted basement, gives me the creeps.
Yeah. This was only the second time that I watched it. And I enjoyed it even more so this time because I caught on to stuff I missed last time. But I had to go upstairs for something. Not gonna lie.
Creeped out?
Yeah.
Yeah. What were your 3 parts, Steve?
So my first part is obviously when he's sitting in his bed and he wakes up, and in the background, his mom is just fucking Spider-Man in that shit.
Literally, I just got shivers just thinking about it.
Yeah. The other
And
part,
he doesn't even know she's there.
that
And you
that's
don't really know what's wrong with her or anything.
right, right. That's what's so creepy about it is at this point there's no there's nothing saying that this girl or this woman is going to be crazy, right? Or is possessed or what have you.
Because the whole family has had weird shit happen to them at this point. Except for the dad, basically, who's just been suffering.
That poor man.
He just wants everything to be normal. He just wants a normal family, and he starts turning his back on everybody because he's just so overwhelmed.
Yeah,
I
no,
wouldn't
100%.
say that he's turning his back on everyone.
He doesn't believe anybody anymore.
Or so his wife.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. But then like they have that dinner, you know, and you just feel bad for him.
He just wanted normalcy. He just wanted a family
And it was
dinner.
never going to happen, you know?
Nope.
Because of the stuff the grandma did. There were so many, it was like a Rosemary's Baby situation. So many forces were in cahoots to fuck this family up and to, when that cut happens, daytime to nighttime, outside the house. Did you see all the people?
Yep.
I
Just sitting in the woods.
I didn't see that until the second time. There's dozens of people surrounding the house, butt naked.
Yeah.
I'm like, close that door. Do you remember that dude standing in the doorway?
Yeah.
Just smiling.
So if you remember, that guy,
shivering. Like somebody walked me out to my car. Like,
that guy is at the funeral. So when she looks at the mom or the grandmother in the coffin, and she like
out.
in the foreground goes to the background, and there's a guy just smiling at her.
Stop.
That's that guy.
Okay, I'd like to let everybody know that I am a. Can I tell him?
I'm afraid of the dark. I'm gonna admit it.
Yeah, I don't care.
I'm quarantined right now for the podcast. I'm surrounded by a glass case. I'm in a glass case of emotion back here, and I'm all alone.
I said that earlier.
I'm all alone.
All alone.
And I'm like, I have no comfort.
They're gonna get us first, bro.
And there's like all these dark. There's a dark door to my right. There's a dark door to my left. And
look,
this is not a safe space.
We literally have every light on down here.
It's still, there's still little shadowy areas. And I've been working all day and I'm really tired. And we're talking about the scariest movie I've ever seen in my life.
And you know what?
And I'm getting literal shivers just talking about it.
I'm going to say this
It's
about.
been months since I've seen it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this about the movie. You watch it and it doesn't seem scary. You think about it and it's scary.
Not jump scary.
That's what makes it.
Nothing jump scares you.
Yeah.
No. And that's what makes, to me, that's the beauty of this movie and the genius of this movie is he wakes up and you're looking at him, right? And all of a sudden you go, what the fuck is that?
And
it's the mom.
Nothing goes boom.
Right.
Nothing does anything like that.
And again, up until that point, there's nothing about her to make you go, she's the fucking crazy one, or she's the one who's possessed, or whatever.
She's just the mom the whole time. You know, there are little moments that, well, I mean, she's obviously mentally unstable. The dream she had.
Yeah. But there's nothing showing you that she's going to be
a threat
hanging off the fucking ceiling,
right,
like Spider-Man,
okay,
right?
So
and when she crawls away,
she's just gone.
Fuck that movie.
Amazing.
Fuck this movie. I wish Brent was here because he hates horror.
I don't think he would ever watch this movie.
You don't.
He said he would watch it with me if we held hands. I'm gonna hold him to that. I'll fucking. Here's the thing, too, right?
Like, he has to watch it, even not for the podcast. Like we have to watch it with Brent.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll make him do it.
It's a group thing.
We'll do it.
Yeah.
We go to the cabin.
I'm gonna be here too.
Yeah.
I want to be there. Don't do it without me.
Okay,
or
never
I will
mind.
be super offended.
I will be offended. I will never be on this podcast again.
That's not true.
I think that maybe something that would give away that she's kind of mentally unstable or whatever you want to say.
Sure.
Like in the beginning where she wears the necklace the same as her mother. I mean,
but
it's like, would you say it's like a cult kind of thing?
Well, obviously it's a cult, but it's like
I think it's like a coven.
Yeah, there you go, or a church kind of thing or whatnot. I don't think that shows she's mentally unstable. I think that her mom could have just said, "Here, wear this necklace."
But it means something. So obviously, maybe when she wore it, maybe.
Well, okay, so let's go back to her sitting. Excuse me. In the first time she goes to the, what do you want to call it, the therapy session or what have you, she sits down and she starts talking about her mother and how her brother hung himself because of the things her mom tried to do to him, or her dad died early or whatnot when she was born and all this stuff. It's all because of this. You know what I mean? It's planting the seeds for later about the fact that they tried to make the demon into her brother first. What did the mom do at the end of the movie? She's literally hanging herself by cutting her own head off. This is getting to the second creepy fucking thing for me for this movie, and that is when he he jumps out of the house and falls on the ground and the demon goes into him. We see like the light, whatever. He gets up and looks, and the mom's body without the head is just free floating in the air without like anything moving on her, and just kind of goes up and into that cabin or the treehouse.
And all those people are up there.
Yeah.
And when they find the grandmother's body.
Yeah.
That didn't freak me out because I was just like, you even said it when we watched it, where the dad was like, I smell something, weird or whatever. I was like, and then about the whole, the gravesite has been decimated and whatnot. I was like, well, shit, something's going on. And then again, I think this was the third time I've seen this movie. We watched it literally before you showed up.
Yeah, it was my second, so I don't know if you watched it a different time without me.
Yeah. I know I watched it more than twice. So just thinking about other things and stuff going on in the background and whatnot, and
the writings on the wall. That was never explained.
What writings on the wall?
You didn't notice that?
The names. So she even wrote them in the miniature as well.
Was that what it was? Names?
There were words. I can't remember what they were.
Where on the wall? Where on the wall?
So in the girl's bedroom,
in the house.
No,
Wasn't it on like her bedroom? Was it on her daughter's bedroom?
I'm writing it up. So the writing on the wall the whole time throughout Hereditary, the camera draws our attention to mysterious words scratched into the Graham's house walls, including Santony, Lift Och, Pandemonium, and Zazas. The film never explicitly explains what the words mean.
Well, she also, so you know how she made the little like miniatures, right?
Yeah.
That was her job.
Little dollhouse things.
But she made a point of painting one of those words on one of the miniatures.
Oh shit! You ready for this? Reddit comes through.
Okay.
So you know when that woman, the Joan woman, is outside
I fucking hate her.
When Peter is outside just sitting. What was that?
I'm gonna go lock that door.
Go do it.
That's cool. Okay, yeah.
So he's sitting at I guess he's eating lunch outside, and the woman Joan is literally yelling at him.
Right.
She's saying those words that are written on the wall.
My mind's blown.
Right. So basically, those words are used to call out the demon.
Yeah,
Well, do not repeat them, sir. I've seen Evil Dead. Like,
oh, I love
the
that.
Necronomicon.
Me too. Maybe we should watch Evil Dead the remake,
There's
2017.
I think it's dude. It's 2013. Yeah, I had to look it up today because I had a friend ask me, "Hey, what's a good horror movie to listen to or to watch?" And I was like, "Dude, Evil Dead the remake is great." And I was like, "Let me make sure I'm going to give him the right year because if I say Evil Dead, 2013." Ouch.
That's tripping.
I
You're
didn't
tripping.
think it was that long
Ouch.
ago.
Me either.
I think we watched that together.
Probably.
Or like we went and saw it or something.
Yeah.
Because I know we went and saw that at AMC Lexington Park.
I can't remember.
I love that fucking movie.
Dude,
maybe
the
I'll
fucking chainsaw at the end.
Maybe I'll skip an A24 movie, yeah. And
Oh my God, I love that movie.
I did too.
Swallow this bitch or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
And the fact that we're getting way off topic. I don't give a fuck. The fact that the Evil Dead movies are so camp and amazing. In that movie, they went, nah, dog. We're going all out.
All out.
And we're making it
gore
real.
horror. That is probably my favorite gore horror. I don't really like gore horror, but I love that movie.
I like camp gore horror.
That
Right?
one's not really campy though. That movie like owns it. It's got some
That
campy
one does,
moments.
yeah.
But it doesn't I wouldn't call it campy.
Dude, when she's in the shower and she fucking like is cutting her fucking mouth open.
I
It's
hated
so
that part.
good.
Ah.
And then the fucking bread slicer or whatever through the hand and all that shit.
That was a little cheesy.
But it's awesome.
But they nail it, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm feeling much better now.
Or isn't there like a part where the dude gets fucking stabbed in the eye with a
a
needle?
bunch of times. She keeps stabbing him in the eye and like, okay, well, that might be my next pick.
So
that's
I got
top 5 favorite horror movies.
I got
of all
4
time.
parts now of this movie that creep me out.
Hereditary?
Yes.
Okay, let's get
Another
back to
part
it.
is he goes up into the attic when he's running away from his mom, who's going crazy, right? And all of a sudden you start hearing like the knock, 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 and it shows her fucking destroying her face
Oh, yep.
upside down
on the ceiling.
on the ceiling.
Yeah, that was a little freaky.
Oh my God, just thinking about it makes me like,
I'm shivering.
Yeah, dude.
Like I have shivers.
Oh, it's gonna be a long night.
Yeah. Yes, I'm scared.
I love the fact that this movie makes you scared thinking about it. Not watching it, thinking about it.
Yeah.
There's so many scenarios.
So the third thing, I didn't say that first, was in the beginning, she's in her mom's room. She shuts the light off. Her mom's there. And you're just staring at it. There's nothing calling to it. There's no like music. There's no swell of anything. There's no nothing. Just silence. You're staring at her. They don't fucking fake it either, where they're just like, oh, maybe you saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, right on her. Then she switches the light on.
She's gone.
So we
So
had this conversation. I've felt that before. And I asked him if he believed in stuff like that, and he said, no, whatever. It's just your mind psyching you out. But I swear to God, when I was like younger, I felt like I've seen someone standing there like that.
Yeah. I think when we're younger too, we're more prone to those kinds of things. You know,
Yeah,
our
obviously.
imagination is a little wilder. And like I'll say, like right now I'm really sleepy. Like my imagination is
I was gonna say,
I'm getting carried away with it a little bit right now sitting here.
I
It
felt
feels
it as
like
I
that.
was older too.
That movie does inspire those thoughts in a person. You know, it inspires those feelings, which is what horror is really about. And it's why this is my favorite horror movie. You know?
So I have a thing in Alien to me or Jaws.
The first one.
Sure. Those two movies are the epitome of horror movies. And why is that? You do not see the monster barely.
Yeah.
So
Alien, you don't really see it until the very, very end.
So it's all about your imagination, right?
Because what you can imagine is scarier than anything they could ever put on screen.
Exactly, because you know what you're afraid of. The guy who's making the movie does not. Yeah. So if you can keep it in the shadows as long as possible or not show what's going on, your brain is going to interpret whatever the fuck you think is scary and make you scared of what's going on.
And before I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go for it.
And before we go too far into it, it's why, you know, while I love Midsommar, it will never be even comparable to Hereditary.
We both watched that movie at the same. Obviously, we watch every movie pretty much at the same time. Something about that movie just made me go.
It dragged for me too, and I just felt like it was gonna. Like I'm like, okay, so here's the part where it's gonna get to something, right?
And nothing happens.
And yeah.
Yeah.
I was waiting for a twist that wasn't there.
Slow burn.
Because I saw it happening, right? I saw every part of that movie and where it was going, and I get it, right? Like she was the being used and whatnot, and they brought her to this place she didn't want to go, but in reality, they get fucked, and she's the one who's, you know, whatever.
What it's really about is their relationship.
Yeah.
It's really about how shitty this guy is.
Exactly.
Why, like, he should have just broken up with her in the very beginning.
Right.
Exactly. Right. Sure. But I get it, but it's so long and it's so drawn out, and there's some cool sequences. There's some really trippy shit in there. There's like faces in the trees and stuff like that in the background that nobody really realizes until you watch it back.
I've seen it twice. I heard the director's cut adds a lot to it and makes it better.
Sure.
I have the director's cut. It's like I think it's like an iTunes exclusive.
It's probably like 3.5 hours long, whatever.
I would watch it just because I'm a fan of this kind of movie.
Sure.
But I
was excited to watch it, but I watched it and I was let down because I was waiting for a twist. And that's on me. You know what I mean?
No. I mean, if it doesn't offer a twist, what is it offering?
But that's fine. That's just the way okay, so you take it back this way. The way the movie was framed made me think a twist was going to happen. And I figured out the movie, so I was like in my head going, all right, if this is what it's going to be, where's the twist? The twist never happened, so I knew it was going to happen. So it's not as good as it should be to me. But that's just how I'm portraying the movie. So somebody else who's not waiting for a twist isn't going to hate it as much as Well, I'm not saying I hated it. I just didn't like it as much as I probably should have.
Yeah.
I'm with you. No, I understand.
Yeah, makes sense.
I can't say a lot to defend that movie. Like, I enjoy it, but I'm not going to sit here and defend it to anybody who doesn't enjoy it. And it certainly isn't a favorite in the way that Hereditary is. The reason, and just for our listeners, the reason we compare them is that they're both A24 movies and they're both directed by Ari Aster.
Oh, and which gets me to the next point is who this was written and directed by. Ari Aster.
Ari Aster, who is very talented.
Yep.
He also has a YouTube short. I forget what it's called now. Something about here. I'll pull it up. But
he's got a lot of short movies, short stories, whatnot, and he has another movie that's in development that's coming out next year. I don't remember the name of it, but it's looking like it's in the same vein. Obviously, it should be. If he's just like M. Night Shyamalan, you make a movie and everybody knows you for it, you kind of have to stick to your shtick.
I will say that Hereditary was a great departure, or Midsommar was a great departure from Hereditary, in that they were both, they were different enough. It's not like he just stuck to like the M. Night Shyamalan. I'm gonna make a ghost story. I'm gonna make a twist. Like, I don't know.
Well, and that's the other thing too with that movie is you watch Hereditary. Maybe that makes me go, this movie should be just like Hereditary, right? Because he made it, whatnot. Looking at it, it's a completely different movie. I don't think Midsommar is a horror movie.
No.
I think it's not even a thriller. I don't even know how to describe Midsommar.
That's psychological kind of thing, right?
Something like that. I mean, it's certainly disturbing.
Yes.
For so many reasons and so many points. Maybe not as shocking as Hereditary is. And because there are individual moments in Hereditary that are shocking. The piano wire to the neck. Where she decapitates herself.
Dude,
it is
okay.
the most shocking, disturbing thing I've ever seen on film to this day.
It's because she's hanging there in the air, right?
She
it would be different.
Floating though, right?
Yeah, she's floating. She's not
floating,
right?
And you don't know what she's doing, and she's just staring at him.
Yeah,
it's I'm getting shivers just thinking. It is the most disturbing imagery I've ever seen in my life to this day.
And then when he jumps out the window and he's on the ground, what do you hear?
Oh, the head fall.
Oh, the rolling of the head. Yep.
Roll.
Boom. Yep. So fucking good. This movie makes you think about the horror. It doesn't show you most of it, albeit some parts. But again, thinking about it later, you go, fuck.
You know what? I'm sorry. You got something?
No.
All right.
You're good.
No.
Check this out.
Yo.
So a good story is told, show, don't tell. You know, you don't want exposition. You don't want somebody telling you the story. You want to uncover the story for yourself. Horror is almost the opposite. You want to imagine it. It's another level above that. You don't want to be shown the horror. You want to imagine the horror.
Well, and
that's way worse to me.
Yeah,
100 times worse.
And the issue is right now is since probably I would say 1999, maybe 2003-ish till now, all the horror movies have been shock horror or have been in your face.
Most of them, yeah.
You know, look at the Paranormal Activities that blew up. Everything like that is literally just in your face, and
I'm
you're
not
scared.
gonna say I can't enjoy those like for a moment and stuff.
I like them too, right? Or if you look at the Conjuring movies, or
it's fun to put on, you know, and get jump scared with your friends. But but is this real? I would call Hereditary art. You know, it's truly
100%.
I don't stay up nights thinking about Paranormal Activity.
No,
no, not
I'm
at all.
creeped out watching this movie.
Yes.
I'm entertained watching a horror movie.
Now that is a way to put it.
Exactly.
I am terrified of some of the imagery. I will forever be disturbed by I almost don't want to show people Hereditary because I'm like, yeah, it's gonna fuck you up for sure. Like it literally is gonna fucking traumatize you.
You're gonna think about it for years, right?
Yeah. The same way Texas Chainsaw fucked me up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
The original Texas Chainsaw.
This one did it worse for me, you know.
Yeah.
And, like I won't show this to somebody who isn't already like fucked up by movies.
I got you. And you know what? That's talking to basically the way movies are right now and the way movie studios work. I'm gonna go back to a movie that I've talked about now, and we talked about, and we watched the other day that the fucking world or the internet is just killing right now. And that's Malignant.
Yeah, you've been mentioning it a few times.
Wait, was it that or the night one?
No.
It was the other one, I thought.
I enjoyed the Green
Malignant.
Knight.
Malignant is the horror movie.
Yeah, I
right?
liked that one.
Exactly. But the internet is bashing the fuck out of it because they don't understand it. They think it's supposed to be the Conjuring movie, or it's supposed to be this quick scare, jumps, whatever.
The internet kind of hates Hereditary sometimes too. Like,
but that
like
and why?
Why? Because they don't get it.
Exactly. They're going in looking for a cheap thriller horror movie, and it's over their head.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Like when I think about The Conjuring, I'm like, okay, this is a step above like Paranormal Activity.
Exactly, but it's still in the same
it's still
vein.
Very much just jump scares.
Right. Yeah.
It's nothing about it is truly disturbing. Nothing about it is art.
No,
It is a popcorn horror film.
Exactly,
That
and
is
that's
not what Hereditary is.
right, and that's what the entertainment industry banks on right now because
I don't
they
even
know
if
it
I'm
makes
entertained
movies.
by Hereditary.
But should you?
I'm just like scared of it and disturbed by it. I don't even know if I like it. Like that's how fucking scary and fucked up it is to me.
That makes sense
You know?
because it's an art piece. It's not a movie that you're going, oh my God, this is crazy. You're going, what the fuck am I watching?
What just happened to me?
Right.
Yeah. Like I'm different. I'm fucked up now. Thanks, movie.
If a movie makes
it
you
moves me.
Exactly. If a movie makes you think about it more than a day, to me, that means it's impacted you and it's more than a movie. It's a piece of art that you think about and is part of your life now.
Yeah, you
Right?
leave the theater for The Conjuring. You and your friends are like, oh man, remember when this happened? Remember
Right.
when her face? Oh, blah blah blah. You leave fucking Hereditary. You are silent.
Exactly.
You
You're
aren't
not
saying
talking
a word because
right.
you're all like, what the
You're-
fuck just happened to us?
Right. You're contemplating whether
sh-
that fucked you up or that's fucked up.
You are yeah, exactly. And you are thinking about when you get to your house and you got to go from your car to your house and it's dark outside and you were scared.
You're just sitting in your car.
That's
You're like,
what you're
I fuck this. I'm gonna sleep in my car tonight.
That is what kind of fucking movie Hereditary is.
I want to say something too
You know?
about that, and I thought
I'm
was
glad we're all on the same page here, guys.
I thought was something really well written and well shot and so human was he comes home on his bike. He gets out of the off his bike and he's staring to walk in the house and he just can't walk in the house. The mom is waiting to leave, but she can't leave because she's waiting for her son to come home, right? But now she sees him and it's like, I can't leave. I got to wait for him to get in. And you can just see that like, I can't fucking go inside. Like, I can't face my mom. I can't face what just happened, whatever. And he walks in and then she just turns the car and leaves. It's such a real written and shot.
Wait, when did
piece of
that
art.
happen? His bike?
So after we haven't even talked about this yet.
I know.
Yeah.
There's so much to go. It's weird because not that much really happens in this movie. It's a kind of a slow movie.
Yeah.
But everything that happens there says so much. And there's so much to talk about it. So no, because he was in the car.
No. So after that, right? So he goes back to school, whatnot, and a couple days go by, and he comes home. I don't remember where he was.
Because when he comes home after with her in the back seat still.
Yeah, dude.
He doesn't even look at her.
Yeah.
and he
can't
just
look
goes
through
and
the-
goes to bed.
Yeah.
Because
Could
he cannot
you-
face
could
the
you?
reality of that.
I mean, like, that's so real. No one's going to be like,
I would be like
whoopsies.
that. I would not be able to look in the back either.
I don't know what I would do. I would immediately go to a psych ward and be like, somebody fix me before I don't know what is about to happen.
So I'm going to say this
I'm not safe to be alone right now.
Yeah.
real quick. This is starring. I want to go through this so we can talk about it.
Yeah,
Tony
holy
Collette is
shit.
Annie. Alex Wolff is Peter. Millie Shapiro is Charlie. Gabriel Byrne is Steve. Mallory Bachette is Bridget. Annie Dowd is Joan. And Christy Summers is Charlie's teacher. Now, Tony Collette and Alex Wolff, I think, are two of the greatest actors.
Alex Wolff, who?
He is Peter, the son.
Oh, yeah, he's incredible.
Them
Yeah.
two make this movie so good because of the way they act without saying a word.
Yeah.
Okay? When he fucking hits that fucking telephone pole with her head and he pulls off to the side of the road and just stops. There is not anything said or done in like 2 minutes. I'm in that that scene like, holy shit, because of his acting. He sells that so well, and you feel what he's feeling. For him just to take his foot off the brake so slowly and just go, I'm going home.
Like, what else can he do?
Right.
And then the cut to the head.
Oh,
Yeah.
The cut is shocking.
Can I
It is absolute, and there's no jump scare. There's nothing jumping out to get you. It is just the most shocking, disturbing shit you will ever see in your life.
there's no big gung
Yeah.
or
Nope.
anything with
Because they know they don't fucking
they don't
need
they
it.
don't
Nope.
need it.
Nope.
I want to
Just
say
silence.
They're
this.
going to ruin your life without it.
Yeah.
I didn't know this until this when I watched it tonight. Her head is on the fucking wooden person at the end inside the treehouse.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it took my second viewing to see it too.
Yeah.
This movie, despite it being one of the slowest movies, no jumps, it deserves multiple rewatchings because there's, you guys told me about the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
I've seen this movie a couple times and I very much love it.
So,
Didn't notice that. I'm sure if I watch again, I'll see more.
what else? When she's in the car, right? And who's she talking to? Do you remember that one part? She's talking to someone in the car. The mom is, after it all happens. And the headrest.
Oh, Joan comes up to her
Joan did? Okay.
in
So
the parking lot.
The headrest is gone in the passenger seat. But then later on in the movie, it's back on. So it's kind of like a symbolism.
You know what? They have a lot of that kind of stuff. Also, the marketing for the movie is always just their heads.
Yep. I was just gonna say the poster of the movie is literally her or the daughter and the mother with their heads.
That's it. And then not headless. They're
Right.
obviously attached to their bodies, but it's very clear after you've seen the movie, you're like, it's just their heads. And those are the two people who get decapitated in the movie.
So let's talk about this for a second. The cinematography in this movie is so good. Like, there's 2 shots that make my fucking jaw go, oh my God. How can you, like, how do you even think of this? The first shot of this fucking movie, where it's showing the room and it just pans over and zooms in on the model home or the miniature house, right? And goes all the way into his bedroom and literally just in one shot. And it's literally his room, and he just wakes up when his dad comes in.
How is that even a cut? How is that even film?
I know how you
do it.
I know how you do it.
It was amazing.
It's simple, but it's amazing.
It was amazing.
The other cut, he's sitting in school after he's gone through, I don't know if this is the next day or not, but he's sitting in school, and you see from his perspective him look up and see the rear view mirror. You're still seeing the school.
Yeah,
you're seeing the chalkboard
this.
and everything, but he's looking up like he's driving the car, and he sees her fucking body without the head on. That's such a good scene.
Tell me that's not the best PTSD you've ever seen on film.
Yeah. Because he's not dealing with it in the moment, and then that shows you what PTSD is. You're right.
He goes, it's intrusive thoughts. He goes back to that moment without even asking for it. Nothing triggers it or anything. He just goes back to that moment and feels all those emotions like it's happening to him right now.
Yep.
Truly, truly terrible.
So good.
What a great movie. Like, this doorway is creeping me out. From that scene when that guy's smiling, naked, standing in the doorway.
I can see his smile now. That just
it's the creepiest grin, just the most evil grin you've ever seen.
How do you think they casted that? All right, look, guys, we need somebody with a creepy ass fucking smile. Next, this guy right here. That's the guy.
Get naked now.
Hey, look, we need you to strip it. We'll give you $500 or something. Like, just strip down. It's fine. Give me a smile. No. Bigger. No, less big. That's it. That's this guy. I like it. So this is produced by 24, Palmstar Media, sorry, A24. Don't know why I missed the
welcome.
A. Palmstar Media, Finch Entertainment, Windy Hill Pictures.
Okay.
Those are all places that produce things.
Okay.
Okay, can we talk about this?
Sure.
It didn't get nominated for anything, did it? No awards, nothing?
We're going to get to that, and no, it did not. And
did it premiere at film festivals?
It premiered at one film festival. We're going to get it. Let's go through this. We've been talking about this for a while. We can get through our notes
I feel
here.
like we just had so much to say. I'm
You're
glad
right.
we all have so much to say about this movie, you know?
So this is rated R for horror, violence, disturbing images, language, drug use, and brief graphic nudity. Yeah. I don't want to see that dude's dong. I don't want to see all those dudes' dongs.
I don't understand what the point of everyone being nude was.
Just
for
more
disturbing. Yeah, disturbing images.
True.
It
Are you disturbed?
When those lights on, lights off cuts are
so
just
good.
too fucking much.
I will say this: in the one of the first shots of the movie, it zooms in on the treehouse and through the window and zooms out into his room, and then he wakes up. And I was like, "Fuck, amazing!" Because we're going there, and you're showing me we're going there.
I am fucked up by this movie. Like
Love
literally
it.
every time you remind me, I get shivers.
I know when you leave, you're going to be screaming walking to your car.
Yeah, fuck you guys. Like making me come in the fucking back door, man. This sucks. Give me a flashlight or something.
So the runtime on this is 127 minutes. It feels longer than it is.
It does feel longer.
In
I mean, it's a long movie. It's a 2-hour movie. That's long.
Yeah.
And not much happens, really.
But in a good way, it feels longer than it is.
It feels
because
like dense.
That's what I'm saying. There's so much there, even though there's a lot of parts of the movie where there's nothing happening.
There'll be
and there's
minutes
no
without any dialogue.
That's what I'm saying. Or either music, even. Like, there's nothing,
Right.
just you're staring at the screen.
I mean, for a long movie, it kept my attention.
For sure.
You know?
And it's because you just feel something watching it. Like, you're like,
Dread.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Constant dread. You know, you don't trust Joan. You don't.
No, fuck
Yeah.
that lady. It's
know?
And you know what? It's her eyes. She just looks not lifeless, but like just empty.
I think she's a great actress because she comes across as inauthentic to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can tell she's lying, but she's like a good like she's acting like she's obviously preying on this woman, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Here's a good look, right? When the first time she goes to her apartment, she looks down and sees the welcome mat, right? And it says Joan or whatever on it. And she's like looking at it like, what the fuck is this? Then she goes to it again and they show it again. Why do they keep showing it to you? Then in the end of the movie, when she's going through her mom's shit, she's pulling out those different welcome mats for her and her son or whatever, and they have their names on it. And you're like, fuck. And then it keeps showing everything, and you're like, God
You're
damn
like,
it.
she knew her mom. She was part of. Yeah, but this woman presents herself like, oh, I you know, like I'm just a helpful.
Well, she said that
stranger.
her sons died.
But
recently.
Her son
She
and-
never.
and- yeah.
She didn't reveal all the
Details.
because she's a liar.
Yeah.
She wasn't in that circle. If you look back to the movie,
Oh, yeah. I don't remember her.
exactly. That's the whole point. She grabs her as she's trying to drive away, saying, "Oh yeah, I was here and I heard your story and blah 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 blah." She wasn't fucking there. It's so well done.
Mm-hmm.
So well done.
Wow.
The release date on this guy, January 21st, 2018 at the Sundance Film Festival. U.S. release or worldwide release, June 8th, 2018.
I figured it was Sundance.
What a that's a big difference. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? January to June, like
Yeah.
for a lot of people
I
to
wonder
see
why
it.
that happened.
There's been, so it's funny.
Were
Like,
there a lot of edits? You think, or a lot of changes?
I don't think so. A lot of movies do this thing where they'll get made and they'll sit for a bit, and then it's like, okay, we need to figure out the best way to release it, or we're going to release it at one of these film festivals, see how it does, and if people like it, okay, we'll fast track it and get it out. If some people are hot and cold about it, then it's like, okay, do we need to redo something, make another cut, whatever, and then they might release it. There's a famous thing with the New Mutants. It was shot in like 16, 17.
That movie still isn't out.
It came out last year.
Oh shit!
Yeah. It was when, what's her face? Macy, what the fuck's her name? From Game of Thrones.
Okay.
This smaller chick with the short hair.
Yeah, yeah.
She was like really big during all that.
Sure.
And they filmed that. And then the guy from Stranger Things, the young older brother of the guy that gets lost in the second season in the Upside Down, he was big then because of Stranger Things. Well, you wait 2-3 years to release this movie, and
Nobody
now
cares about them anymore.
exactly. It wasn't that good of a movie too. But what I'm saying is, there's a lot of movies they could film and they just sit because either they can't figure out when to release them, or you go to release it in a certain spot and another movie pops up that's kind of the same, or hey, look, we tested it with audiences and some people like it, some people don't. We got to make changes to it.
January's a weird time to release a movie like Hereditary.
Yeah, absolutely.
June is a weird time to release Hereditary.
Yeah, they should have waited till like September, October.
But again, how do you?
But not really.
Right.
No, because it would not have done well.
No,
As
'cause people are
going
gonna
to
go-
What, put it up against The Conjuring? People are not going to enjoy it.
Exactly.
True.
Exactly.
So
Nobody
maybe
knows
that was
what
the
it
best
is.
time. You know?
Yeah. So this filmed starting in February 2017 and was shot in only 32 days.
Wow.
It was
I
filmed-
mean, there's
I mean,
not
yeah,
many.
not much happens.
Yeah, yeah.
They're around the house. They're around town. End of story.
Yeah, I agree with that. It was filmed in Salt Lake City, Utah for the most part. Everything else in Utah, and a soundstage in Utah as well. Budget. Let's take some guesses.
Not much.
No, not if it was only shot in one place, and it really wasn't that many places.
Couple of practical effects. Not too much of that. Probably pretty cheap. I don't know. Less than 10.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll just say 10.
yeah, I'm around that too. 10.
10.
Wow.
Look at that. Look at
Let's
that.
go. Great. Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. Box office then. What are you guys thinking?
What it made?
What it made?
They brought Ari Aster back for Midsummer, but it was, I mean, there wasn't a ton of marketing around this movie or anything. I didn't hear about it until after it came out.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
Well, no. You know what?
Word of mouth is what got me on board with
I
it.
remember seeing trailers for it. I remember seeing commercials for it. I remember seeing this big media blitz about this is like the best horror movie that's come out in the last 10 years and all this stuff.
They weren't wrong.
Yeah.
No. I remember that, but it didn't make me go see it in theaters.
30 million, maybe 35.
Okay.
I'll go 50.
So in its opening weekend, it made $13.5 million.
That's great.
Oh,
Wow.
geez,
And then word of mouth probably took it off.
Sure. So its overall box office, $80.2 million.
Okay,
God
so I was
damn.
thinking that. Wow.
That made way more than I thought. And
Me
going
too. 8 times its budget. That's amazing.
And going back to what we talk about with if a movie is profitable, it means it made over 3 times its budget. Profitable, baby.
Big time.
Oh.
Big
Barry
time.
Astor, what up?
Yeah, so that's why they were like, bring this motherfucker back.
For sure.
Bring him back.
We're missing Brent for this one, but this is going to be the top 10 for that weekend.
10.
Top 10. All right, so number 10, Life of the Party.
I don't
No idea. Number 9. This is one of my favorite movies of the last 5 years. And if you haven't seen it, definitely on Steve's watch movie. Upgrade.
I think I've seen Upgrade.
It's amazing.
I think
Dude
I've
is in a
seen this.
wheelchair, or he gets in an accident. He's in a wheelchair. He gets this microchip implanted in him, and it
No,
takes
I
over
haven't
his
seen this.
body.
I haven't seen
You
this.
need to fucking watch it.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about.
I'll add it to
Did
my
I
little.
see it?
my little
Yeah,
queue.
remember
I
where?
remember.
Yeah, remember when the dude gets up from the wheelchair and he starts fighting people and breaking their necks and shit and going crazy?
I gotta look this up.
It's amazing.
What year did that? So 2018.
2018. George, this movie's right up your alley.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm adding it to my.
It's fucking
Upgrade,
great.
right?
Yeah.
Upgrade.
I'm adding it to my little list here.
Trust me, when you see the guy that's in it, you're like, oh, fuck yeah, I remember that.
My problem is I find one movie I like and I watch it 50 fucking times and get everything I can about it until I hate it, basically.
It's going to be Upgrade next.
You think so?
Yeah.
I'm probably going to watch Hereditary 10 times until I'm not scared of it anymore. Which might never happen. It's probably just going to fuck me up and make me eat.
Why are they so naked?
I don't remember, but I will watch it again.
You don't remember that?
No.
It's in the future, in the not so distant future. The guy's in that wheelchair, and his mom's taking care of him after him and his wife get in an accident. But in reality, oh no, I'm not going to go say any
fond of
spoilers.
me, lobster?
No.
Sorry.
And then he gets implanted with this experimental AI chip in the back of his neck, and then it takes control of him.
It's okay.
I don't know if this
I
sounds.
just-
This
I don't
doesn't sound
remember.
very good to
I
me,
don't
but
remember.
It's
but
amazing.
I'm trusting you.
Look, I think I got a pretty good track record with recommendations over here.
True.
You do pretty good. You do
true.
pretty good.
I'm not going to steer you wrong.
All right. What's
I'll
next?
attest to that.
What's next?
Number 8, Hotel Artemis.
I don't know what that is.
Anyways.
That's I've watched that. Don't watch it.
Okay.
Number 7, Book Club.
Okay.
Nope.
Number 6, Adrift.
Okay.
Number 5, from April 27th. Again, this is June 8th. Avengers of Infinity War.
Yeah, that movie's
Oh.
fucking good.
Yeah, that's the one. We went and saw Endgame
Yep.
at that one. Yeah,
I
yeah.
literally am not even that big on all. I don't keep up on the Marvel shit. Blah blah blah. You know, I watch one and I enjoy it and stuff. Well, not even I don't know. I am current, I guess, but I feel like it's more just cultural osmosis.
You're
Like
right.
they're
You're right.
they're impossible to avoid.
You're right.
I'm so half and half with it, right? Okay.
You feel like you have to watch it.
Yeah,
And the whole time
exactly.
I'm like, am I even enjoying this? But
Right.
but I did not feel that way with Infinity War. You know,
Yeah.
Spider-Man: Homecoming was one where I was like, I didn't really like it until that twist.
Right. Yeah.
And then I was like, yes, this movie's great.
yeah.
But Infinity War, that movie's good the whole time. Endgame, same thing. Those movies are really, really good.
I like Endgame better than Infinity War, but I like the setup for Infinity War. Obviously, it's the same. It's the story that keeps going. But I will say this, and we watched it. Black Widow surprised the shit out of me.
That was very good. Yeah.
Very good, yeah.
That might as well not even be that's just like a Bond movie or something. That's very good.
Right.
Up until the last 20 minutes of that movie, it's one of the best Marvel movies I've seen. Minus, and I'm going to throw this out here, and I'm going to give it my seal of approval. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is
That good?
great. It is. Don't even think of it as a Marvel movie until the last 5 minutes.
All right.
It's so
That's
good.
what you said about Black Widow, and you were right. You know what though? None of them are going to be Guardians of the Galaxy for me. That movie's like a perfect.
You're
10. That's
absolutely
one of the
right.
best movies I've ever
And you
seen
know
in
what
my
makes
life.
no sense? And we've talked about this. Why is Suicide Squad, the new Suicide Squad, bad?
From James Gunn.
It's just there's something that's just not good
it's
about
just
it.
not good to
Right.
me. I don't know why. I don't think I care enough about the fucking the characters. I just don't care about anybody in the movie.
The
No,
movie looks
nope.
great. The movie is shot great. The CG is great. Everything about that movie is great, minus why I want to watch it.
I just think by its nature, every character in Guardians of the Galaxy is redeemable.
Yep.
And they're interesting and
Yep.
funny,
Yep.
and we like them. We
Yep.
want Chris Pratt to succeed because he's funny,
Right.
and it has a great soundtrack.
Oh, absolutely.
But when you fucking take it over to Suicide Squad, they're all irredeemable people. It's
Yeah.
literally like the flip side of the coin,
Well, they're all
and
bad
it's
guys.
shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want them to win. I don't want them to succeed. Like even the big monster at the end, I have more empathy for him than I do any of the fucking main characters.
Well,
Yeah,
you're
because
right.
they fucked his life up.
Yeah, he was like, I was happy floating in space.
Yeah.
Like I want the fucking monster to win. Like that movie's.
I will say this
Sucks.
though about that. Then that's great writing right there to make you feel in one sentence for the actual the main bad guy. You're like, well, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a good job.
That's the only redeemable
with
quality of that movie. Yeah.
Other than that movie is not good.
It's better than the other one. I will say that.
Which
Don't
one? Oh, the original Suicide Squad?
All right,
I don't even agree.
Patreon episode, we will go way in depth in the original Suicide Squad.
You mean you'll go way in
I will go way in depth. I fucking hate that movie.
I actually don't even hate that much. I like the original one more than the new one.
I'm going on blast right now. That's
I'm
the
not
worst.
saying it's any good, but I like it better than the new one. I don't like the new one at all.
Tell me how that's not the worst movie ever made. I will fucking fight anybody. We will sit here and debate. Throw me a movie that you think is worse than Suicide Squad, and I will debate you.
No, I'm not. I don't.
Throw me a movie, bro.
I certainly do not have that.
Throw me a movie.
I do not have that strong of an opinion.
Lawnmower Man is better. I will fucking sit here all day.
This is not a hill I'm interested in dying on.
Watch the trailer for Lawnmower Man, and you'll be like, what?
Lawnmower Man's really bad.
Fuck.
So is The Happening.
Happening is better than Suicide Squad.
I'm not gonna
Trees,
kill
bro.
you. Come on, worst acting performance by Marky
I will say
Mark.
this. When I saw the trailer for The Happening, I immediately was like, this could be really good.
Yeah,
it was
I saw it
ominous.
in theaters. I was like, in.
Me too. The whole thing where there's people are just falling off that sky, or not the skyscraper, but the construction onto like the rebar and shit. I was like, oh my God, this
Yeah.
is creepy. And then it turned out like
The worst movie
The trees are
ever.
trying to kill us. What?
Dumbest movie ever.
Number 4, Hereditary.
Oh, so what was the
Okay.
top 3 then?
Top 3. All right, so I'm going to tell you, and you guys got to guess.
I don't even care, but okay.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I don't care. But
If
okay.
my movie's if our movie's not in it, I generally don't care. But let's do it.
I feel
Let's
you.
play
All
the
right,
little
so
game.
top 3. We're going to throw this out randomly. Ocean's 8.
Oh, jeez.
That's the one with the women.
I've never seen any of the
I
Ocean's
didn't see
movies.
that.
I want to see it, but I haven't seen it.
I'm not a
I'm
big like
over those
heist movie
movies.
guy. I
Yeah.
don't care about heists.
Yeah,
You're right.
Agreed.
Solo, a Star Wars story.
Oh, that movie. I love that movie. I don't give a fuck. I love that movie.
For whatever reason, I didn't want to watch it because I didn't want to be let down.
I
and
was
then we
not.
watched it, and I was like, all
Oh,
right.
yeah, this is okay.
Yeah, I fucking
Donald
like that movie
Glover,
a lot.
come on, baby.
Don't get me started. That is my man crush.
Dude, yeah.
I love him so much.
Even the guy that played Solo, I thought did a great job.
Yes.
Was he
everybody
Harrison
complained
Ford?
about-
No. But
You know what? He played a better Han Solo than fucking Harrison Ford did in the fucking sequel trilogy.
you want to know? Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. Did you know that the reason why he was frozen in carbonite is
Because
because
he didn't even want to do it anymore.
he wasn't signed on for the third movie, so they had to do something if he didn't come back.
Because he didn't even want to. He was like,
Yep.
he told him a bunch of times, he was like, kill me. Like, I don't
Yeah.
even want to be Han Solo.
He didn't even want to be Indiana Jones. He just wanted
like,
to be a
literally
humble
didn't even
carpenter.
Literally.
Yeah.
He was just a carpenter.
Yeah.
Like, how do you do, how come shit like that doesn't happen to me? What
I
the
know,
fuck?
right? Just pluck me from obscurity, please.
Right?
I'll be your leading man. All right. So, and then also we got Deadpool 2.
Oh,
All right.
This is a
I
stacked
know mine. I know
top
mine.
3. I'm going to say this. This is June 8th. Star Wars came out on May 25th. Deadpool, May 18th.
And what was the third one? I'm sorry.
Ocean's 8.
Oh, jeez.
I'm going to say.
That was Sandra Bullock,
I'm gonna
right?
say
So
Star Wars, Deadpool, Oceans.
okay.
I'm going to say Deadpool, Star Wars, and then Oceans.
Number 1, Ocean's 8.
God damn it,
What
I
the
knew it. I
hell?
fucking knew
Number
it.
2,
Solo.
Solo.
Yeah.
Number 3, Deadpool. And
What
I
kind
think
of
that's only because Ocean's 8 came out that weekend,
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
right?
That
and
makes sense.
you got to think the top 2 of the top 3 were already out for like a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, May 18th for Deadpool and May 25th for a Star Wars story. Solo.
I'd still watch those 2 movies over that one.
You know what? I have it
Over what
downloaded.
one?
The Ocean's 8.
Oh,
I love Ocean's 11. I love the sequels to those. Something about those
I'm
movies.
over that stuff.
I get it, but you know what? If it's on TV, I'm fucking watching.
Aren't they
it.
long movies? How long are they?
They're like 2 hours.
My problem with heist movies is I just can't keep track of the heist. I just am not interested enough in a heist to be like, oh, look, they did the thing with the fucking diamond or whatever. Oh, but he tricked him because he fucking blah, blah, blah. I'm not paying enough attention. I don't care.
What was that movie we watched about the zombies and they had to go under?
Army of the Dead,
Was it that one?
the new one on.
Recently?
They go underwater?
Yeah. Not underwater. They had to go to that.
They had to go to Las Vegas.
Oh, the new
yeah.
Zack Snyder one.
It's not good.
Oh, but he
No,
did,
but okay,
dude,
so
he
when
made
I'm-
Dawn of the Dead,
Dawn of the Dead is great.
which is like the best zombie movie in like decades when that came out.
yeah. Dude, I love that movie.
And then he made this and it sucked.
There's great parts and there's great.
It wasn't
Well,
terrible.
you didn't finish it.
Were they fast zombies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's so much that's there that they don't explain. There's robot zombies. And Zack Snyder comes out and says there's robot zombies in this movie. They don't fucking explain it.
that turned me off right there.
Right.
It's weird.
Zack Snyder is so fucking hit or miss. I swear to God.
Yeah.
When he has a movie that's a banger, it is an absolute 300, absolute fucking banger. One of the best movies you'll ever fucking see.
You're right.
But then when he has a miss, it's like a real miss.
Have you watched the Snyder Cut?
No. I've seen parts of it. It's 4 hours, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
How
I got a
often
friend.
I don't sit in front of the TV that long ever.
Yeah, I got a
Ever.
friend who said, "Dude, you need to watch it and then watch it again in the black and white cut." I was like, "What the fuck are you doing
We
with your
talked
life?"
about- I think we talked about this in the podcast one time.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not committing 8
No.
hours plus. Then I'm going to
No.
want to compare it to the
Especially-
Joss Whedon one.
right.
I'm not committing 10 hours to something that's probably not good for even 1 hour.
I watched the Joss Whedon one and I went, "This is fucking shit. I'm not putting any more effort in my life towards this movie. I don't care if the Snyder Cut is way better. I don't want to deal with it. I don't even want to know why it's better. Put that out first."
Yeah, I literally have no comments. Like, yes, like, and I am a DC fanboy. I love Batman. I love Superman. Like, I do love that shit as far as like comics go. But I certainly. Oh, look, it's done. Beautiful. Got a lovely Lego 1989 Batmobile.
That took me a while.
That's sick, man. Yeah, I saw it on. I saw it on the table a couple times after
Once I got
weeks.
done with that, Lego released the Dark Knight one, the Tumbler.
The Tumbler.
Gotta get that. I don't know where I'm gonna put it.
Are they gonna release the Batman?
Maybe.
You know the Bat.
Yeah. Well, the Bat Wing.
No,
They got the Bat Wing.
They need to do the from the cartoon.
Oh. Shit.
The
Da-da-da-da. You're gonna make me watch that. It's on HBO Max.
cartoon is so good.
It is. It's better than it needs to be because you know what's
It has
crazy?
no right to be that good.
It's an adult cartoon made for kids.
It's like a noir fucking. It's so good.
Yeah.
Art Deco and shit. I love that fucking shit.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna start watching that again.
It's
We
very
need
good.
to finish
There's
Spider-Man.
There's a couple cheese.
cartoon.
Okay.
There's a
I'll
couple
fucking do
cheeseball
that.
episodes, but for the most part, that show is very fucking good.
Well, there needed to be cheese in that.
Fucking Batman, Mr. Freeze, Sub-Zero. That movie, so good.
So-
Mask of the Phantasm, so
Love
good.
it. So on my list of movies to do, I do have Batman Forever, and I want to talk about that movie because it's so bad. That it's so good.
So bad.
Yeah.
Batman and Robin is at least entertaining.
Yeah.
But, see, I disagree. Batman Forever was just boring for me, but I haven't seen it since I was a kid. Batman and Robin was so bad,
But it
and
was funny.
It's
And
great.
Yeah.
It's so entertainingly bad.
But I want to do movies like that because
I feel like
They're fun to
that's your.
talk
I feel like
about.
that is your wheelhouse.
it is exactly my wheelhouse.
Steve
I love.
loves bad good, like
Yeah.
bad good movies.
Yeah, that's me.
yeah, that
It-
certainly is.
I will
I
watch
think sometimes you get a little confused and think they're actually good,
sometimes.
but we love you for it.
I don't care. As long as I'm entertained watching something, it's good to me, right?
I'm with you. I got you.
Even if it's the shittiest thing that's ever been made, as long as I'm like, dude, this is great.
Like I'm laughing. I'm having a good time.
Right. Going back to that Malignant movie, I'm gonna defend this movie. It's not
I will watch
good.
this.
It is
spooky season, and
Yeah.
it's a horror movie, and it's new. I will be watching it.
It is
very
not
soon.
good, but it's a campy 80s throwback movie, and I was enter-fucking-tained watching it.
I'm a little tired of that specific.
What?
trope.
That hasn't happened in forever.
I don't know. I watched that the American Horror Story season of.
No, don't watch that.
Which one?
I'm not
pretty fucked
super into
up.
American Horror Story, but I liked the one that was like the throwback 1980
84.
whatever.
See, I never
84.
watched that.
Oh, I didn't see that
I like
one.
that season for a minute, but that show just gets so carried away with
Yeah.
itself.
I
I
watched
stopped-
the one with Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
Gaga. Yeah, Hotel.
That one was good.
I like Gaga, and that first episode is very sexy, but I
I think that's the only episode I watched that I do like her ass is out the whole time or something.
yeah, and I was like, this might be good, and then
This might be good.
but it wasn't enough to keep me going
Yeah.
for the
Nah,
whole.
I get
No,
that.
I watched all of American Horror Story until I got to the circus one, and I got like almost to the end of that season. I went, this is killing me.
This show just gets too wrapped up in itself, and it just ends up being silly and melodramatic.
The
to
first
me.
season is great. The Murder House, great. The next season with the kill face or whatever. the fuck his name.
I
It's
stopped
great.
watching. I don't.
Yeah, I didn't.
Mm-mm.
Well, it doesn't matter. Hey, tomatometer time.
The tomatometer.
Tomatometer. We're gonna go audience.
tomatometer.
We're gonna go audience first. What do you think the audience score is?
Oh,
The audience score of the tomatometer.
Oh, God damn it, George. We need to sit down one day and do all these so,
baby.
so I can hit buttons
It's I think it was just my Duke Nukem voice. It's not that far off.
Oh my goodness.
I need to play Duke.
Here to kick ass and chew bubble gum.
You
Ball
sound like
out of gum.
Right.
Randy. What's his name? Randy Saint.
Brandon St. Randy.
Brandon.
I don't know who that is.
You've seen Zack
From
and Mary?
Zack and Mary.
Oh,
Bro,
I just
that episode
listened
just
to
came
your
out.
podcast.
Eating in the sack of the sack.
Listen up, Monrovers.
Rovers.
I love that movie.
I do too.
That's like one of those, if there's nothing going on, I'll just throw it on.
It's a pretty good movie.
Oh, I'll absolutely watch that all the time.
What were we talking about?
Tomatometer audience score.
Audiences, I feel like, did not appreciate this movie as much as they should have. I'm probably going to give it like a 67. Of the audience
I'll
score.
say 73.
68.
Oh,
God damn!
wow.
Look at
You know what? I probably maybe this is somewhere in my subconscious because I did a lot of research on this movie a long time ago.
Yeah.
You know, maybe somewhere in my subconscious I'm remembering because I'm normally not this good at this game.
All right.
But we are also talking about my favorite movies in the world.
So let's go critics then. Let's see how good your memory is.
If that's where it's coming from. Critics, I'm probably going to give it like a solid 90.
Okay.
I'm going to say 90. I think they really liked it.
Okay.
Ooh, I'll do 83. I'll go up a little higher.
You ready?
Yeah.
89.
Whoa!
Look at you.
Never this good.
Look at you.
Wow. Okay.
Now, I will say this. The critics got this movie right.
God damn, yes, they did.
89, I think that's borderline right where
fair.
it needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd put it a solid 9 out of 10 as one of the best. It's damn near a masterpiece.
I would say this. It's not a horror movie.
No, we already established that.
But is it scary? Is it disturbing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a horror movie because like it deserves to be called something better than that to me. Like
You're right.
You're not putting it in the same genre as the fucking The Conjuring and all that shit.
No.
Mm-hmm.
It's something else. It's transcending that.
Yeah, I don't even know what you'd call this.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Art, you know,
It's good.
just fantastic.
The quote for George on this episode is good.
It's good. It's
good.
good. We
All right,
like it.
let's
We
let's
like
guess
it a lot.
Let's do the IMDb score. Let's guess that. I like guessing
IMDb
there.
usually what
Out of 10.
keeps with the audiences, I think, right?
yeah, but kind of. Yeah. I mean, that's what it's a score from the audience, right? Like I can go on there and give it a score. So
I don't know. But I feel like if you're an IMDb person, you're a movie buff, and movie buffs generally have different tastes than like casual audiences. So I don't know. Maybe like a 86.
so 8.6.
I was gonna say 8.
It's that
It's out
kind
of
of
10.
rating?
Yeah, it's out of 10.
Yeah, sure. 7.9.
7.
7.9.
7.
Yeah, I'm
7.9.
around that. I'll do 7.
7.3.
Wow. Okay.
Sure. So I would go through the who's your favorite character, who's your least favorite character bullshit here.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I don't think we can for this. We can definitely say what's your favorite scene, but
So we
as
play
far
this
as
one a little different.
yeah, because like, what are you gonna say for favorite character? Like they're
Yeah,
all
nobody's like entertaining.
That's what I'm
Nobody-
saying.
Yeah, you know. Yeah.
Oh, well, I would say the mom though, just because she's a great actress. But is that the character?
That's what I'm
No,
saying. No.
it's
She becomes
not.
such a victim of this thing and doesn't even know about it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
she's not a part of the coven, and why not? Why was she left out of it from her mother?
Because
you
they
know?
wanted a male to latch on to.
So you know what's really weird? You know the part where she goes and she turns around like one of those miniatures she makes, and it's literally her
The beginning.
trying to breastfeed, but the mom's taking her tit out too.
Yes.
That to me is showing something more than what the movie is telling you. It's basically showing that her mom is willing to do whatever she needs to do for her kid. She even said, I didn't want you, right? I wasn't willing to do this. I was tricked into making you, or not tricked into, but I was forced to have you as a child.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she was talking about the daughter, she basically said, I just gave her to my mom.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's showing like, holy shit, like what the fuck? So she was being used almost to like get an heir for this fucking demon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, Rosemary's Baby. Yeah, that's 100% what it is. Have you guys seen Rosemary's Baby?
Yeah,
No.
not in a long time, but
I
yeah,
would say skip Rosemary's Baby. This is to our listening audience. Rosemary's Baby is very dated. I saw it recently for the first time. It's about a woman and like basically the whole. Well, I'm not going to tell you what the whole thing's about. Skip Rosemary's Baby. There's a movie called Lyle. It's basically a remake of Rosemary's Baby, except it's fucking good.
Okay.
Rosemary is irredeemably stupid in Rosemary's Baby. Irredeemably. The whole time you're watching it, you're like, she almost deserves the horrible things that are going to happen.
But
to
again,
her.
that movie was made in a time where camp was a thing, and
It was like the 60s, like and women were viewed differently.
that's what I'm saying.
And
So
yeah,
certain things she's doing,
it's just dated. It's
Yeah.
just not a good movie anymore.
But if you look at like The Omen,
I've never actually seen The Omen.
you've never seen The Omen? So that movie, yeah, albeit it's sort of dated, but there's things that happen in that movie that could still happen today, or even The Exorcist. Like,
Sure. I'd say The Exorcist is just, again, and it's kind of like this as far as just disturbing imagery, regardless of anything else. The imagery alone, the voices, the way it sounds and looks, just disturbing.
I agree with that.
But Rosemary's Baby is not, that's not the case. It's just irredeemably, she's stupid. She's stupid, and it's not good. It's not a good movie anymore.
So skip that one.
Skip that. Watch Lyle if you want that kind of story. Lyle is very good. Very, very good.
Sure. So again, we got the favorite part or scene, but should we do like most disturbing part or scene to you?
Yeah, sure.
All right, take it. Okay, I'll talk if you want me to go. If you want to think.
Well, I want to do better than this. You know, I want to say I'm smarter than this, or it's gonna. You know, I'm more clever. But when she's got the piano wire around her neck, dude, like,
It's disturbing.
Yeah.
Her face while she's doing it is what's disturbing.
it is too fucking much. Like, you know, I could say the guy in the doorway probably scared me more.
He keeps pointing to our doorway.
Because it makes me it's got me creeped out right now talking about it.
Want we turn the light on?
Like, yes. Like it that scared me most the second time I saw it, and maybe every time I watch it it'll be something new that scares me. But nothing will ever hit me as hard as the piano wire scene. That was just, I will never forget the way I felt. It traumatized me.
And again,
it was a lot.
It comes out of nowhere. There's nothing. Yeah, sure. She cuts the fucking head off the bird.
You can't.
Her head
see
comes
it
off.
coming.
Right.
You do not know it's going to happen.
Right. You
There's
see
no indication of anything like that. You think maybe she's going to attack him.
Right. Yeah.
Because
well,
she's
she's trying to.
along the walls
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
all this
Yeah.
crazy
Yeah.
shit, screaming at him and
Right.
slamming her head. No, she fucking cuts her own fucking head off.
Yeah.
No, it's fucked. It is a fucked up scene. Yes, it's the most disturbing.
Again, I said this earlier. I'm going to say mine, and that's after that when she's floating into the treehouse
The
is
way
even
it looks.
more
I'm
disturbing.
not going to disagree.
Yeah.
Because it's lifeless, and it's just like fucking
And it's
just
almost peaceful the way she does
Yeah,
it.
exactly. It's creepy.
It's almost like resolution.
Yeah.
When he gets up there, you're almost relieved
Yeah.
that the demon has been summoned and the nightmare is over
Yeah.
Yeah.
or something.
I said this when the movie ended. I was like, so what happens now? And I
Right.
love that.
Yeah.
That it ends where like
Hail
so-
Paimon.
Right.
Hail Paimon.
Right. Like it's like, where do you go from here? Do you even make the another movie? No, you fucking don't. You just let it. That's it.
The
Roll
demon has
credits.
been summoned.
Exactly.
Like and he's walking the earth. King Paimon.
Amazing. What do you
Holy
got?
shit, dude.
Holy shit.
God, this movie's fucked up. Audiences, watch it.
Yeah, I agree with both of you. Another one was what you touched on earlier, where she was, well, he sat up in his bed and his mom was like on the corner there, and then she like kind of floated away, so he didn't.
Well, there's
see
even
her.
so even
He's
the
like crawl and she's
Yeah.
doing this.
Yeah, and then like that part where she's chasing him up into the attic, and then banging her head
Oh, my
against it, and then the
So another thing we haven't even touched on too. Obviously, we haven't talked much about the daughter's head getting punted, but when the dad just lights up,
He throws the book in the fire and lights up.
Yeah.
she
himself.
throws the book in the fire.
And he doesn't even believe in any of
Yeah.
this stuff. He just wants his family to get back to normal.
Yeah.
And he's going along with some of the things she's saying because he supports his wife and he's a good husband and father.
Poor guy.
But eventually he's just like, you know what? I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
I just can't anymore. I love you, but I can't.
And he blows up on her, and then like even when she's talking, she's going crazy on him about his mom or her mom in the attic, and he's like, okay, whatever. And then he opens
goes
it.
up there.
Yeah.
And he thinks she did it.
Yeah.
Because he's like, you're off the fucking deep end now.
right.
Because what am I supposed to believe? A fucking coven of witches is trying to fuck up my whole family that I'm fucking balls deep in this
Right.
fucking coven? Absolutely not. I think my wife has lost it.
Yeah.
When her mother died, she lost it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean,
That's
how else would you see
Occam's
that?
razor or whatever. It's
Yeah.
like the most reasonable explanation, of course.
So then getting to the next scene, when he comes downstairs after waking up and she's on the ceiling and whatnot, and he comes downstairs to see his dad fucking torched, fucking just
Corpse.
burnt up, used up, crispy.
Is that the first time in the movie we see something that could truly be considered like magic? Like unexplainably. Everything else is like, oh, he saw his reflection
okay,
in
no,
the
go-
mirror.
no, go-
Maybe that was just a hallucination. Like all these other things could just be PTSD mental games. That is something that physically happened.
Well, the first time you see something is the chalkboard.
Oh, yeah, I
Right?
forgot about that.
So
That
that's the
was
first
so
time you
fucking
see it.
fucked
But
up.
again, you're seeing it from her perspective. So maybe, okay, she is crazy.
No,
and she's making
I
it up.
think you're right. I think you're right because Joan's there too, and it went exactly like Joan said it would go.
Sure, and then she comes home, and then she does it with the glass, and the
So
glass
it's not
moves
like it was
and
a
whatnot.
game.
Right, and
Joan
we
was
do
playing on her.
exactly, and we do see the book getting written in as well.
You're right. I did forget about it. Like I said, it's been I guess it's been 6 months since I've seen this movie. Maybe.
Sure, whatever. But again, then you see him looking at his dad all crispy, and she's in the back again, up on top of the fucking ceiling,
Whole
just
time.
chilling,
Just sitting there.
and it's
You're
so
just
well
waiting for her
done.
to do something, and she's not going to.
No,
She's just there.
well, she does. That's when she does kind of run after him.
But she's on the floor then.
Right.
Yeah.
But what is she trying to do? Right.
That's
She
the closest
forces
thing
him
to a
up.
jump scare.
Yeah. She forces him upstairs, and then she starts beating her head against the door, whatnot. He sees where her mom was, but his face is there on a picture with his eyes gouged out.
How does she even get in the attic?
That's the question, right?
She's just there.
She's just there, and she's sawing that fucking head off. Now, when
Fucking head off.
when he goes up in the attic and he's looking where the mom was, there's another person up there. In the background, there's a person naked
the
standing
woman?
up there. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Right?
Yeah.
But again, it's not centered in the screen. It's nothing's drawing attention to it. It's just there.
You
Yeah.
notice
You can
it.
miss it.
You notice it.
Perfect.
Again, it's the imagination. It's you finding the horror.
Exactly,
You know?
right? And then you could see it, you could not, and then you see what's going on, and then all of a sudden, like, oh my God, it's so good.
It's the worst part is like the sound happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, what is that? And it's piano wires, so you can't really see it.
Right.
And it's so slow.
It's great.
It is the most disturbing thing I've ever seen on film.
It's amazing. I mean, I've seen some disturbing shit
Yeah. It's
On
up there.
up there, but the way it's done, how visceral it is, her face, she's not reacting to it, right? That's what sells it for me, that it's just like, I'm doing this now. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
her, how would I say, her not selling the fact that she is into this the entire movie. And then all of a sudden, she just, even when she's going crazy to her husband about it, saying that all this is happening, you're like, fuck, this is going crazy. She's on our side. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, no, she's not.
No, she's fucking not.
And then, God damn, this movie's good.
Have we even talked for 1 second? No, we haven't, about the fucking dinner scene.
No.
One of the best acting performances I've ever seen
By the
from
mom?
everybody.
Yeah.
Specifically her, though.
Yeah.
The faces she makes, she is terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? Oh, it was my phone.
Oh, Jesus.
My God.
No, you're right. I even said to her when we're watching it, like, amazing acting.
And then the son's reaction,
Is even
very genuine.
so good. And he doesn't even say
He is
anything.
So desperate. He's crying like a child.
Yeah.
He's so desperate for it to not be the way it is, and she's. And he does it again. He does it a couple times in the movie because he's
Later,
obviously
yeah.
broken. As
Yeah,
a,
oh, yeah.
He's broken as a human being through most of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, even like in the beginning, before anything happens, you can tell there's something going on.
Yeah.
Right? Like he's not
The
100%
family,
there.
the family is already
Yeah.
strained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they're all very unhappy with each other
Just-
in different ways.
So okay, so the conversation that the mom has with the son, where he's like, "Hey, I'm going to go to this party tonight," is so real. You know what I mean? Where he's just like, "Well, I'm just going. Okay, no drinking. Well, yeah, we're not. How can we get alcohol? We're not old enough or whatever." And she's like, "Okay,
yeah,
whatever. Take your sister." Obviously, he doesn't want to.
yeah.
But okay, I'll take her. And he brings it up at that dinner scene. Like, why would you want me to, take her or whatever? God, this movie's so real, right? And I think that's what makes it creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what makes it believable, right?
Yeah, it really
Right.
sells it. Yeah, the family drama, and if you know, I think if many people look at their own families, there are things that are almost irreconcilable that we all deal with in our own families, you know.
Yep.
And yeah, you know.
So what's the best part about this movie? What is it called?
Hereditary.
What does that mean?
I think maybe it's about generational trauma.
Yeah.
Right.
Passed
So
along.
what goes on in this movie? Passed down from the grandmother to the mom to the son, right? Hereditary. But what is exactly passed down?
I don't know.
When you listen to the story, right? It's the mom had a brother. They tried to do it with him. He hung himself, whatever. The father even too said he died before the son was even, born or whatever. So they've been trying to do this. I don't think Hereditary is the problems they're having with them, whatever. It's the fact that they're trying to summon this demon through their hierarchy.
That's fucked, man. So, which is weird because they could just stop trying to summon the demon. They could just stop trying.
Yeah.
And then everything's fine, and they could just live normal, fucking happy lives.
So
what is the deal where there's this whole coven of naked people trying to summon this? What is the deal?
Right.
They don't
So-
ever
What do they
explain
get out
it. They
of
don't
it?
ever,
Yeah.
They don't ever talk about it.
They show one page of one thing for a split second, and it shows a person sitting on a mound of riches.
That's it.
That's it.
It's the whole thing is for the maybe somebody in the family was wealthy before, or maybe they'll earn wealth because they're summoning Paimon. That's fucked up.
But again, what is Paimon even the demon of? He was a jester, right? He was like Loki. He was a...
Is he?
Yeah, that's what it says when she's looking in the book.
Mischief.
A demon of mischief or something, right?
I mean, in Christian theology, mythology, whatever, whatever you want to call
theology.
it, whatever you want to call it. I mean, depending on what you subscribe to.
Good. I like that.
So Loki is like the master of lies. He's the bad guy,
right?
Well, that's also Satan, like
yep.
The prince of lies.
Yep.
The trickster is the worst of the demons.
I will say, I thought the part where he literally smashes his face into the desk is the most telling scene in the whole movie.
Explain.
And it's showing that the demon is taking over him, and he is a trickster. What is he doing?
He's sitting there smirking at him right before he does it too.
Fuck you, motherfucker!
Yeah,
Smack.
you are out of control. I have you now.
Exactly.
Oh my god! And he's smiling at him.
Yeah,
and that's I think the last thing he does right when it all ends. He smiles again, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right at the very last scene is him smiling.
Yep. Such a
Man,
good
what
movie.
a fuck! I'm literally like, I'm glad we're talking about this because I'm getting so much out of it right now.
All right, so going into this, were you entertained?
Hell yeah!
I don't know if I was entertained, if I was more moved.
You're
watching
moved.
it.
You cannot look away because something. I don't know. I'm sorry. I would say hell yeah, I was entertained.
Yeah. And you know what else? It's weird. We didn't talk about the daughter kept making those figures, and then at the end, her head was literally on one of the figures that.
Fuck, I didn't even think about
she
that.
was
Great.
Making, right?
So when she goes to Joan's apartment at the end and she's knocking on the door and it zooms in and shows his face in between a pyramid, and then it has like all these figures around it. Those are the same figures that the daughter is making in the beginning of the movie.
Right. Yeah. I did notice that. My
Right?
second viewing, I did notice that.
And what she just touched on, I didn't even think about. The big thing with her head on it is just like one of those things.
Yeah, I didn't notice that either. Great point.
Just
And that's a disturbing looking thing too. More disturbing
Yeah.
imagery. Just
her eyes.
they're like light up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disturbing.
Ugh.
Fucked up.
I'm gonna have some great dreams.
Great dreams. Here's another thing, and I said this too watching it, is you see the head at the day after or whatever it is. I don't think that would be the day after, maybe a couple days, or I don't know. But there's all those ants and everything over it. Well, then when she's having a hallucination or she's sleepwalking, what does she see?
Those ants.
Her son covered in ants
ants.
over
Yeah.
her head, over his head.
Yeah.
Yep.
Amazing.
You would never, ever, ever. This movie is just PTSD for like you would never live any of this down as a person if you saw those things.
Right.
Yeah.
How could you?
I mean, that's why the son. I think that's why the son like kills himself because, like jumps out the window. He's like literally so terrified and so traumatized and
hell
broken.
yeah, I would be
He's
too.
literally just like end literally all of it because I will never recover.
Yeah.
There is no. It's either dead or in a nut house in a straitjacket forever.
I mean, he's even saying when that's happening, like, I wake up. He's slapping himself, like, I have to be dreaming, right? And then he sees his mom sawing her fucking head off. What does he do?
He's like, I'm gonna jump out of this window.
He
and
yeets himself out of the window. Right.
Yep.
Hopefully, he's probably just thinking, hopefully I wake up or die. Like this has to end. This nightmare has to end.
So
one
let's
way
be
or
real.
another.
Did he die? Because he jumps out the window and then
I think so.
he's laying down.
I think he dies, and he has to
And-
die
and-
for Paimon to inhabit his body, right?
Maybe. Well, what it says is it takes over the most vulnerable. So
the whole thing is to terrify him and break him as a
Yes.
human being.
Exactly.
God, that's the most horrible thing I've ever heard. What a
Yeah.
fucked up movie this is.
And also, I mean, he does it to himself,
Some of it.
right?
Yeah,
because
certainly.
he's going to that party. He brings his sister. He wants to go smoke weed with a hot girl. Do your thing. Eat some cake. Oh, it's
I mean, fuck though. Like, come on. Are people not allowed to do that? Are people not allowed to?
No, I don't disagree with that. I'm just saying that, okay, if you're going to go to a party with your sister who is special, maybe know that.
Yeah, he shouldn't have left her unattended with all these strangers. That was
Right.
fucked. But
Right.
does he certainly doesn't deserve everything that happened to him because he made that mistake.
No, definitely not. No.
I mean, I think any of us that fucking around that age probably made some dumb mistakes and made stupid choices. We don't fucking
Sure.
deserve to have that shit happen.
Yeah, no,
Yep.
I agree. So, getting to that, would we recommend this to our mothers?
I watched this with my mom.
What?
We're filming this one kind of late tonight, guys, so
Oh,
I
yeah,
will not
don't-
be
yeah,
able to
don't
call
call
my
me, yeah.
mother. But I watched this. Yeah, it was like my birthday present. That's when I watched it. Actually, was around my birthday last year, so it's been almost
shit.
a year.
Oh,
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
You got a good recollection going then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Or
guess
maybe we're
so.
just helping you along.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. This movie obviously fucked with me. Even the first time I saw it, I remember most of it.
Well,
Anyways,
again, a movie like this stays with you,
it's hard to forget.
Yeah.
right?
You think about it for days after it's over.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Like, if there's a movie you watch and you're like, oh, okay, cool, whatever, you're not going to think about it. You're not going to remember certain things. This
Yeah.
sears into your memory.
Certainly, yeah. I saw the new Conjuring in theaters, and I
I don't
forgot about it on the ride home, probably.
Dude, I've seen all the Conjuring movies. I've seen all the Annabelle movies. I've seen all the, what's the other ones? It's where the same fucking guy makes them.
I don't.
Exactly.
I
don't
don't
know.
care.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't remember those movies other than there's a part where somebody claps. I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is
Sounds
ultimately just a
familiar.
jump scare.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
The
where
scariest part of The Conjuring, which again, they're okay movies. Like the only reason I'm shitting on them is because we're comparing them to like literally a masterpiece. Like
you're
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
like they're decent enough popcorn horror flicks.
Popcorn.
But yeah, it's anyways.
Would you recommend this to your mother?
No. Unfortunately, my mom's not really into movies like this.
My mom likes horror, but I think my whole family watched it and was just they weren't into it. None of them
No.
were into it like I was.
Yeah.
They all kind of just got up and left at the end. But then again, that's kind of what you do with a movie like this.
I guess so. Yeah. Now you're a mom. I would.
I don't know if my parents would get.
I didn't know. I think they'd watch it.
My mom would fall asleep and then wake up and go, "What happened? What the fuck is going on with this lady sawing her head off?" I feel like my dad would like it.
Do you think it's too slow for your mom?
So here's what we need to say after this sequence is over. I have a new segment for us today.
Hold on.
Yeah.
This movie's slow, but it keeps you engaged.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not going to distract you from watching it or deter you from going, oh my God, get to it already, right? Because you want to know what's going on, right? What do you got, George?
No. I have a whole segment. I want you to
let's
finish
hear
your
it.
thought.
I just did.
Oh, okay. Would we recommend this to Brent?
Ooh.
Whoever's not here, we should do that.
All
He's
right.
not
I
even
like
know
it.
when
gonna
that
listen
happens.
to this.
So Brent does not like horror movies, but I don't think.
Let's talk about what his opinion may be.
Well, what I'm saying is he's looking at horror movies as how everybody would look at this movie going into it, as a jump scare horror movie.
Maybe he would like it then.
Or would this fuck him up even worse?
We have to watch it with him. We should do an episode I will watch along with Brent of Hereditary.
Yeah, I'd do it. I think this would fuck him up worse than just like watching like Conjuring or whatever. Anyways, the other movies were Insidious.
Oh yeah, they were okay, I guess.
Right, but nothing memorable like this. You know what I mean?
I think I watched those a couple times, you know, and they're entertaining enough. Sure. Again, like this is a different kind of movie.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you can I don't even know if you can lump this in with stuff like that.
No, you can't.
You know.
No.
So, like I said, it's very unfortunate that it didn't win any award. Correct.
Correct.
And especially her acting too.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like
I am your mother.
Right.
Like that whole scene, you're like, oh my god.
Like even her acting in Knives Out, she was fucking annoying, but she was great.
She's a great actress.
Yes,
She's truly
she is.
great. Tony Collette, that's her name.
Mm-hmm.
She's so good.
Speaking of,
Ah, god damn it!
The fun facts of the fucking week.
even got the dog.
Oh, that made me
Oh,
jump.
don't scare Gunner. He's too sweet. He's
Tony
too pure.
Collette had told her agent that she didn't want to do any more heavy, dark films and only wanted to do comedies. But she loved the Hereditary script so much she couldn't turn it down.
Yeah, that was her in Sixth Sense, right?
Yes.
Hey, I've never seen that movie.
You've never seen the
What?
Sixth fucking Sense?
Do you know the twist?
No.
Tiffany. Well, we got 2 watch-along movies now.
Oh, shit.
For spooky season. Seriously,
Can I
Tiffany?
say-
Yeah, I've never
Very
seen
good
it.
movie.
So we've talked
Very
about
good.
this on the podcast.
Kind of like this, actually.
Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan's whole career is based on that movie because it has the biggest twist of all time.
Oh, I think I remember what the twist was, but
What do you think? What do you think it is?
it wasn't aliens or anything.
No.
That's
okay.
Signs.
Oh, shit.
But, okay, hold on real
Oh
quick.
wait, I liked Signs.
I would
didn't
put this in a similar genre to The Sixth Sense, maybe. Not a lot of jump scares.
There's one jump scare. Guess who's in it? Marissa from the OC is in The Sixth Sense.
Really?
She's the chick throwing up.
That's the jump scare, right? When they cut to her.
Exactly.
That's
That's
not
it.
even that bad.
That's it. Yeah.
yeah.
Anyways, what I was
And
gonna
that's
say.
a very scary, dread-building movie.
Is it scary? It's not scary. It's just
the same way this
eerie.
is.
It's eerie.
I would put it right there with this.
The people being hung in the school or whatever.
Nothing
That's
coming
scary.
to get you or anything, though.
Right.
It's just disturbing.
Yeah.
Disturbing imagery, just like this.
So Signs.
It's just, this did it 100 times better.
Sure. Did you like Signs?
I love Signs.
Do you think it's demons or do you think it's aliens?
I think it's aliens. I get all the Christian undertones and everything. The whole movie. I think it's aliens. I think it's a story about. I think the story is really about Mel Gibson like losing and regaining his faith, dealing with the grief of his wife dying, and all that. I think that's what it's really about. And the aliens are just a vehicle for that.
Sure.
But I certainly think it's aliens.
I think it's however you want to take it.
Sure. It doesn't really matter that much.
Exactly.
It's not really about them.
Exactly. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I will say this. The only jump that gets me in like that era of movies.
It's behind.
Exactly.
I know. Me too,
Dude,
man.
Chris
The
or
same
fucking
shiver
walking.
that this gives me the head cut off.
Fucking what's his face? River Phoenix's brother. What the fuck is his name?
Joaquin.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin.
Just go. Oh, dude, that
You
gets me.
feel it
That
in your
gets me.
spine, dude.
Yeah. And watching it now, it's still like I
too.
still feel it,
Me
but
too.
it doesn't look that good.
You know what? Maybe those are right up there also with Hereditary. Whatever genre that is, I guess it's just good horror.
But it's not even horror. Like, is it a thriller? It's not a thriller. It's like
There's not really any jump scares really getting to you. It's just fucked up. It's just good, disturbing, fucked up movies, man. Like,
and you know what? It has the same pacing, right?
yeah.
Where
it's like, is anything even happening? Half the movie, you're like, is
that's
Signs
what it is.
especially.
You're dread, right? You're waiting. You're trying to like, oh my God, something's got to happen. Something's got to happen. So you're building it on yourself. And then when that happens, especially in that movie, oh my God. Like
I'm gonna start making a list of true horror movies.
sure.
Yeah.
Like Signs is not a scary movie. That part is not scary. But
I'm just calling it
watching
true horror.
Oh, I like it. Watching that part makes you anxious. That's what it is. Those movies build until what you're watching. And again, in Hereditary, it builds until she's sawing her fucking neck off. And then you see that and you go, oh.
But it's not like okay, usually when there's like a jump scare.
Yeah.
Build, jump scare, payoff, it's over.
Sure.
You calm back down.
Sure.
Absolutely not the fucking case with these movies. Hereditary, you're just like, it just got 100 times worse. You're more scared. After the scary thing happened, you're more scared.
And So to me, Hereditary is it builds and then it goes, what the fuck, and then continues to climb the what the fuck until it just ends.
And then it ends, and
Right.
you're just like, wow. So
yeah.
I'm
gonna bring it back to another movie we already talked about, Malignant. It builds.
Are you serious?
And then the end of that movie.
Don't tell me anymore because I'm gonna watch it.
The end of that movie goes completely bonkers to the point you're going, what the fuck am I watching?
Stop.
This is amazingly bad and great.
Yeah.
I have to watch it. I'll probably watch it tomorrow in the daylight.
It's not scary.
It's not scary.
It's not scary.
No.
I'll probably, to be safe, I'm a little scared tonight anyway. So
I'm
We're
hyping
talking
it.
about all the scariest movies I've ever seen in my life. So
I'm hyping it up too much.
Okay.
It's not a good movie.
Okay, thank you for the caveat.
But it's entertaining and the acting is bad on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So there's some lines where you're just like, who the fuck would even say that? And then you go, oh right, because it's a stupid fucking movie.
Have you guys seen The Witch?
So yeah,
I keep seeing that because it's like
You don't like The
similar-
Witch?
I think I talked about this with you, or maybe it was
I'll
somebody
watch it with you,
else.
Tiffany. I've only seen it once and I really enjoyed it.
It's the way they talk. Because
Oh,
it's
you
the
didn't tell me
old
that.
English
Throws you
type.
off?
It just makes me go.
Was that the one that we first started
yeah,
watching?
with the
and then we,
goat and everything.
Oh.
It was just so slow and nothing
and we
was happening.
Stopped it early,
We-
right?
I know I finished
You
it
need
because
to
at the
you need
end
to
they're
watch
all.
it no. If she hasn't seen it, I would watch it with you. If
You
you
get what
wanted
I'm
to watch
doing,
it.
right?
Yeah, I know what you're
Okay.
doing. Of course, to me it hit a lot of the same notes as
Anna
Hereditary
Taylor
for me.
Johnson is in it, so
That has to be the one that we were watching.
no, it is.
Okay.
Where it's like they're in the old time, whatever, and there's goats and like
Yeah,
there's a
yeah,
little
yeah.
brother and
Wow, that's from 2015.
yeah, oh, yeah.
Wow.
Ari Aster requested that Alex Wolff and Millie Shapiro go out to eat in character a few times, and they would sit for up to 3 hours in silence while Millie would speak and Alex would try to get her to talk. Sorry, wouldn't speak. So the brother and the sister.
Yeah, just trying to build that relationship
Right.
with them. Yeah, they definitely needed to have some chemistry for a lot of the weight of a couple of scenes to matter.
Yeah, for sure. Toni Collette has called Ari Aster the most prepared director she ever worked with.
Wow.
She praised him for practically having the full movie already shot and edited in his head 2 years before they started filming.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
This dude just had a vision.
Yeah.
How? Like, how do
There
you
are some
do
filmmakers
that?
who do that. I think Quentin Tarantino is like often said to like be that way.
I could understand, like, if this is all you do, this is your life, right?
You're
and
an
that's
artist.
all
You
you're
are an
worried
artist.
about. Sure. But fuck, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's a truly impressive individual.
yeah.
But follow this career, you know? Midsummer, maybe it wasn't an absolute banger, but I will watch every Ari Aster movie.
I will too.
Yeah.
I definitely will, but I'm not gonna like
The same, yeah. But I'll give it a chance. Same way, I watch every Quentin Tarantino movie. I don't like every single one of them.
I'm
but I
up
will
there
watch
with
every single one.
Paul Verhoeven.
Verhoeven,
Verhoeven, thank
RoboCop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even what's his face who did Total Recall? It's the same guy, isn't it?
Yeah, Starship Troopers also.
Starship Troopers. I love Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't get that fucking movie.
No, that movie is a satire, and it is a masterclass in satire.
Master.
I agree.
And people are just like, it's just a fucking war movie. No, it's not.
Blown up aliens. No.
And it's even more relevant today.
It's an anti-war movie.
Yeah.
Very much so.
God, I love that movie.
Yeah.
Would you like to know more?
About what?
Oh, he doesn't get it. Starship Troopers.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
Oh, god damn it. They do the fake.
I don't love it as much as you do.
Oh, well then I'm sorry.
I get it. I
They
do know it's better than people give it credit for, but
No.
I'm
So
not
they do
obsessed
like
with it.
fake internet videos
I remember
where
all
like
that.
people are watching it and then they end it with, "Would you like to know more?"
Paul Verhoeven does stuff like that.
Exactly.
I'd buy that for $1.
Right. Perfect. At around 1 hour 6 minutes, to make the chalkboard right on itself, the special effects team put a magnet in the chalk and put a magnet on the other side of the chalkboard to make the chalk move. It was very difficult to get a small magnet inside the chalk and make it right smoothly.
Very cool.
And it looks fake when you're watching it.
It
like,
does.
Because I did these notes before we watched it, and I'm like, man, that looks CGI, but it's not.
Wow. Practical effects. I feel
love-
like this movie is all practical effects.
We're gonna get into that.
Cool. I
But
love practical
I
effects.
love practical effects
I prefer
too.
them 1,000,000 to 1.
I do as well.
I think CGI should be used to enhance practical effects.
Yeah.
When it's either cost effective or improbable or impossible.
so.
That's it.
You've seen The Thing, right?
Both. Yeah, all of them. Yeah.
So have you seen the prequel
Yeah.
to the thing.
It's okay.
It's okay, but what they did with that, they did practical effects and enhanced it with CGI.
Yeah,
And it
I
looks-
love that.
it looks
I love
great.
that.
Yeah.
Because that was, at this point, the original The Thing, it doesn't look that bad.
No,
The
it's
practical
great.
effects are pretty good.
Dude, the
But
part where he's
imagine
pushing
if
on
they
that
just had a
guy's
little bit of a
fucking stomach and then it opens up. And yeah, it's so good.
But imagine if they had some CGI back then.
Oh
too.
yeah, oh my god, it'd be so much better. Yeah. Ari Aster liked Utah for the film because he thought its mountains are beautiful and breathtaking, but also menacing and ominous.
Maybe oppressive even.
Oppressive.
Yeah.
I like it.
I just stole it from Edgar Allan Poe. It is spooky season.
You're right. According to Alex Wolff, the original cut of the film could have easily pushed over 3 hours. The cut footage mostly consists of more family dialogue.
Oh my God, leave it in. Where is the director's cut?
It's just it's 25 minutes more of that fucking scene at the dinner table.
I would take it. That scene is so good.
No, honestly, I believe every word she's saying. She's so good. So good.
Him too. I mean, he's crying and he's
Yeah.
desperately pleading.
Yeah.
Ugh. And again, some of it feels like relatable to I feel like family drama has been there.
Yeah.
Everybody's been there with their family, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
just so desperate for somebody to hear you and
Right.
listen. And they're on their side and you're on your side and nobody's listening to each other. Ugh.
Yep.
It's so good. And then it just turns into a fucking horror movie.
Yeah, really. Just the scariest shit you've ever seen in your life.
So Ari Aster wanted any effect that could be done practically to be done that way instead of using post-production.
I love that.
Me too. If you're going horror and you're going obviously not crazy out there, do it practically because it just holds up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And especially with slasher movies or anything would do with gore, just fucking do practical effects. Make a head blow up. You know what I mean? Just cast a head and put some fake gloop in there and just
Maybe enhance it a little in post if
Sure.
you got to make it a little more realistic. Maybe make the eyes move or whatever you got to do.
Right.
You know, I'm just being silly here, but yeah.
No, you're right.
Yep.
Aster wanted to go for scares that were emotionally justified rather than solely leaning on traditional horror jump scares.
He invented a genre almost with this. Yes.
I don't know if he invented the genre. I think he just made it his own.
I mean, like I said, I guess I don't know what I was saying there because I think the Sixth Sense is about the same kind of thing to me.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
or there's some movies in the 80s that even did stuff like this too. Not as good, but they were still doing it. You know?
Oh man,
So-
listeners, recommend good horror like this. Like I will.
Oh, yeah,
I
for sure.
promise
Yeah.
I will watch it. Whatever. If you can recommend me a horror movie that's slow dread building like this, really, really justify it. I'll watch it. We'll talk about it on the podcast.
I think I prefer this over like the gory stuff, to be honest.
Yeah, the gory stuff, the jump scares. I'm not into either of that as much as I
no,
am.
I like to think.
This.
Oh, good. So I like to think too, but I'm a mark for a gory, campy, bullshit B movie.
I mean, I love Terrifier. For
That's what I'm
example.
saying,
I
right?
do love that kind of dumb shit. Evil Dead. I love.
Thank you. Hand is
I
up.
do love that shit too, especially when it's done in practical effects.
Yep.
I love that cheesy shit too.
I want to see heads explode.
My kind of cheesy is Ash vs. Evil.
That's what I'm saying. So you've seen Ash vs. Evil Dead, the show,
A couple
right?
episodes. I don't know why it hasn't caught. I just don't.
So okay, the first couple episodes are a little like, this
I mean,
could
I
be
don't watch a lot
better.
of TV. Like I don't watch a lot of like series because it requires such a commitment. You know, like
I get what
that's
you're
why
saying.
I like a movie.
Yeah,
It's
You're
one and done.
Yeah, one and done.
But a series is such a commitment. I watch one episode and then I'm like, I'm not going to be interested in this in a week. So
I gotcha.
never happens.
You're a quick guy.
Well, you like What We Do in the Shadows, right?
Yeah, I do love that show.
Yeah.
That show got me. You know, it's rare when a show gets me like that. That show got me.
I think this will get you too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
You should.
That's what we say when we don't actually ever want to watch it.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Meh.
I'll check it out. Maybe I'll check it out.
So with this movie, Ari Aster wanted to make a film about suffering that took suffering seriously, and I think he succeeded.
Yeah.
I mean,
Everybody in this movie is suffering from something.
the
Yep.
dad is suffering because his whole fucking family's going nuts.
Poor guy.
Everybody's suffering. Yeah, obviously the son is suffering for so many reasons.
I mean, obviously he beheaded his own sister. Like fucking done, son.
I saw a light moving. No, there was a light moving, like shining, so I looked at George.
Is it Paimon?
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
I'll fucking slap you.
I will come over there. The producers said that it worked out well that Gabriel Byrne and Alex Wolff had worked together, and Alex and Millie Shapiro knew each other from school because it made Toni Collette the outsider, which mirrored Annie's character and feeling of alienation within her own family.
Sure.
So every actor worked together or knew each other besides Toni Collette. So it made it seem like, oh, fuck.
There was no chemistry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's another movie that famously did this, Saving Private Ryan. All the actors had to go through an intense boot camp to get themselves in the whole World War II, get up, whatnot, feel out, everything, except for Matt Damon. God damn it.
Yeah, because he was, the whole point was like they kind of fucking hated him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you make it real, and the actors feel like, man, fuck this guy. He didn't have to go through boot
All
camp.
these people have to fucking die so we can save your ass.
Exactly.
Who the fuck are you?
God damn. What a good movie, too.
I can't watch movies like that. I've seen Saving Private Ryan once. I will never watch it again.
So
if we have it on the podcast, I'm going to skip the episode.
I've
I
never
get
seen
you.
it.
I can't, like war
It's-
movies.
yeah.
I'm not into those.
I like them, but I can't do them.
I can't.
It's because it really happened.
Yeah.
War is the worst.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck war. Like I can't do it. Like.
Yep.
It's no.
I agree.
Not that I don't acknowledge it. It's just that,
It's just
So when I saw
I'm a
Saving Private
lover, not a fighter.
Yeah, so I saw Saving Private Ryan for the first time when I was like 10 years old, right? Whenever it came out, it was like 99 or something. And I just moved here, and we were where my dad works. They had like a projector and everything set up, so we were able to watch it like on a big kind of screen. And it was storming out that night, and it was right on the water where this place was where we were watching it. And I watched it. I threw up that night. Like
It's traumatizing.
Yeah.
Worse than this because that shit really happens.
Dude.
The knife in the heart and the guy's pleading.
That is the worst scene of cinema to me. It's so real. It's so okay.
He's begging.
Him and then the medic dying.
I don't remember the medic dying.
He's like calling for his mom and stuff when he's dying.
I do remember now. Yeah,
and
fuck that.
They keep putting morphine in his leg, and he's just like, "Mama, mama." I was like, "Wow." I've never seen something so real on screen before. And again, I was 10 years old watching that.
And when you think about
what are you
war,
doing, parents?
When you think
why
about
are you letting
war,
me watch this?
That's happening.
Calling you out.
You think about like World War II and World War I, like that, and every war, like that shit is happening constantly all over the battlefield
it's
at
still
any
happening.
given moment.
Dude,
Right
it's still
now,
happening.
today, in this exact moment, that's happening somewhere. Like I don't want to think about that. I don't
Yeah.
want to be exposed to like a horror movie. It's not happening. It's not
No,
real.
yeah,
It's
exactly,
fine.
right.
I don't care. Demons aren't coming to get me. Even when it's truly disturbing.
Look over there.
Even when it's truly disturbing,
Sure, yeah.
ultimately I can rest in the
Yeah.
comfort that it's a movie.
Exactly.
Not with a war movie. It's
No.
like, no. This
Especially something that's
always
made so real.
when it's really well done, it's just too much for me. It's just too much.
I agree with you. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm blissfully ignorant.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
That's a good way to look at things. Composer Colin Stenson found inspiration for the score through the sounds of water and animals while walking around in pitch black night.
That is a psychopath.
Look, bro, I'm going to go take a walk in this forest. Do you want a flashlight? What? No, I'm good.
I'm going to come back with some inspiration.
Right.
Oh, no.
Okay, I guess. See you tomorrow.
I will say this. Most of the movie, things that are like you're hearing, it doesn't sound like music. You know what I mean? It's like, dum, 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 and there's stuff happening where you would think a different type of music would be playing. And it's just literally beats of something.
Yeah.
And it just makes for such a dramatic, like, okay, something's going to happen.
It's more the dread building because
Yeah.
it's eerie. It's disturbing. You're
Exactly.
still like, what am I even hearing?
Right.
Right.
Another movie that does that, It Follows.
God,
that
movie's
soundtrack or
very
whatever,
good.
it's literally just,
Sounds.
yeah.
Yeah.
And because what's happening? Somebody's fucking following you. God damn it.
It Follows gets a little cheesy sometimes, trying to like
Well, I think it was a
play
bigger.
with the rules of the monster.
Sure.
A little cheesy, but
Well, I felt like that movie was literally a don't have sex because you could get a STD.
that's. I mean, it is like an STD monster
That's
for sure.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's a little. Some parts of that movie are a little silly, but it had
They
some
should
pretty good scares.
They should show that in sex ed in high school. Is
Right.
basically what they should do.
Yeah.
It's a great movie, but that's like I watched it once. I was like, wow, great. I watched it again. I was like, this is just you might get AIDS.
Yeah, it does, as well as Hereditary holds up to multiple rewatchings, It Follows does not hold up that well
No.
at all to multiple rewatchings.
The house that was constructed was constructed completely on sets on sound stages in Utah in order to follow Ari Aster's shot list. They needed to be able to remove walls and ceilings in order to shoot the rooms to look exactly like the miniatures. So there's parts where, it's over top and she's walking through the different rooms and shit. So well done.
Yeah.
Every part of this movie. So well done. So well thought out.
Yeah.
Amazing. Ari Aster has 10 screenplays written he hopes to direct over the course of his career.
Oh my God. That makes me so happy.
So if he's got 10, he's already made 2. He's making another one that's supposed to come out in 2022. We're in for it.
Can't fucking wait.
Now, if it turns into the whole M. Night Shyamalan thing, where he's got to have the same style and whatnot,
I don't think so.
who's to know if he's going to get to 10? Right?
I don't think so, because Midsommar was already a huge departure from Hereditary.
Yeah, for sure.
But was it as big of a success? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No,
You know
but
what I mean?
I-
So go from Sixth Sense to Signs to what was he doing after that? Lady in the Water,
Yeah,
The
he got a
Village,
little weird.
The Happening, and then he had to kind of come back. He had a couple good ones, but you get stuck in that shtick, like we always say. And
But he's already got these screenplays written, you're saying.
I agree with you.
Or is it like a Michael Scott situation where he's like, I wrote the whole thing in my head.
Well, it was Scott's Tots, or what was it?
You're talking about his book, Somehow I Manage?
No, where he's like the inner city kids that he's like going to pay
Scott's
call.
Tots. We don't talk about Scott's
We don't
Tots.
talk about it.
Yeah, talking about disturbing
Dude,
things. It's like
watching-
it's like a war movie.
You know
can't
what?
watch
Yeah, I was going to
Scott's
say,
Tots.
watching that episode is so cringy.
It's. I mean, Michael's always pretty cringy, but that is just.
That's his highest cringe.
He really hurts his kids.
I'm going to say this. Unpopular opinion. I think he's the worst part of The Office.
I think a lot of people agree with you, actually.
I think Jim and Pam are.
I don't. Jim and
Jim
Pam
and
for
are
the
the
first 4 seasons are the best part of the story, and that's why you're watching.
Sure.
After that, I think you're right. They kind of go in the background and do their thing.
They kind of just get annoying to me.
I agree, but what else can you do with those characters, right? Once you bring them together, what do you do?
But that's kind of why they start bringing like Angela and Dwight, who are supposed to be. I don't know.
Yeah.
Honestly, seasons 1 through 3 of The Office are prime television. Everything after that, until Robert California shows up, I don't
Robert
really
California.
care. I love Robert California.
Have you seen the UK version of The Office?
Yeah, it's 1 season.
I think it is 1 season. What do you think of that?
It doesn't make me laugh as much. I'm just not as given to that kind of humor. The pacing is different.
I think it's
the
not
delivery
supposed
is
to be
different.
I don't think it's supposed to be funny.
Yeah, well, Robert Brent, the Michael Scott character, isn't like as redeemable. They literally
He's a
wrote
piece of
Michael
shit.
to be more redeemable.
Right.
He's more aloof and
Yeah.
funny than he is cruel.
Exactly. I think that's the whole point of it is Ricky Gervais's character is supposed to just be like the biggest asshole,
Yeah.
but he thinks he's cool.
Yeah, he's like, most bosses I've had.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Many of the cast and crew view this film as a family drama more than a horror movie.
I could see that. Just the drama
Sure.
just happens to be
Yeah,
based
I mean-
around a fucking coven and demon.
You're right, exactly. Ari Aster had originally wrote this film to be a straight-up family drama dealing with the grief and loss one experiences with the death of close family members. But Aster saw the potential of turning the film into a horror story and rewrote the script to what it is now. Had this remained a family drama, Midsommar would have been his first horror film like he initially intended it to be.
Wow. Really glad he I wish he had spent more time on Midsommar and
I did too.
maybe thought of it actually being about something else, because it's really a relationship drama.
It's
I don't find it to be a horror movie.
No, it's a
No.
relationship drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if he had leaned into that more, I think it would have been a better movie.
It's a good
Yeah.
setup, but the payoff isn't worth it. That's the whole point of that movie to me that I don't like.
I think the whole thing is ultimately she basically murders her boyfriend.
But she doesn't.
She kind of she chooses him to be the one that goes.
No, I
in
got you. But what I'm saying is
she's
not the one killing him.
But
she
also,
makes the point. Yeah,
their
I got
whole
you.
little tribe is like a big empathic tribe. Like what you feel, I feel. What I feel, you feel.
Yeah, I got you.
So I don't know. That movie has a lot to unpack too. Maybe
you're right.
Maybe we'll do that someday.
And getting to this, the final fun fact I have, the fact that Toni Collette did not land any Golden Globe or Academy Award Oscar nominations for her performance in this film was generally regarded as one of the worst snubs of the year.
No shit.
Yeah,
So everybody was
agreed.
mad.
Yeah.
Because look at that performance.
Yeah.
Kills it in this movie.
Literally, you could just watch this movie to appreciate that performance.
Yep.
Even if you don't like horror, whatever. And that's what I'm going to tell Brent.
I'm going to tell Brent, watch it for the acting ability.
Ah.
I agree. I mean,
No, I agree. I don't think he'll
he's not gonna watch this movie
appreciate
unless we
that.
tie him to this couch and make him watch it.
Well, I will make the same point if we ever have a war movie. I will. I don't think I will watch it.
I don't think
with
any
ya.
one of us are gonna pick a war movie.
Good.
Nah.
I really don't. I got some movies coming up that I'm really excited to review, but they are nothing close to war movies. You know where I'm going. Stupid B movies, baby.
Yeah,
you
I'm
know
fine
what's
with
a
that.
stupid movie? Dead Snow. That's the name, right?
I fucking love that
I never
movie.
saw that. It's like
And then there's a
Nazi
sequel.
zombies or
it.
some shit.
There's a sequel called is it Red versus Dead or something? And there's like it's basically Nazi
Nazis?
zombies.
Yeah.
It's hilariously bad.
Didn't they actually make like a Nazi zombie movie not that long ago? What was it called?
Nazi zombie? I don't know. There's a zombie strippers movie which is equally as bad and as funny
Yeah.
and is worth a watch.
I don't know about all this.
No.
This all sounds like not up my alley. It sounds too tongue in cheek.
What kind of tongue in cheek do you want to watch?
Terrifier.
All right.
Terrifier is like
It's right up the alley.
Yeah,
with
I love that
It's the
movie.
same thing.
I
All
love-
right. Final decisions. Where are we at? I'm going to go to Tiffany first.
My score out of 10.
Out of 10. Out of 10.
Oh. I would get. Oh man, this is kind of hard.
Oh, man.
Oh man.
Oh, man.
I. You know what? I'm gonna give it a 9.5.
Look at this. Wow.
Wow.
All right, good
Tiffany,
for you.
All right.
Yeah,
I didn't think you liked this movie.
I do.
All right. George?
I will also give it a 9.5.
Oh.
Twins.
Yeah, this movie. I almost gave it a 9, but after our conversation today and just realizing there's probably more for me to discover about it.
Yeah.
And I know that multiple rewatches will never make me think less of the movie. They will only make me enjoy it more. And that there are not many movies you can say that about. This movie is a testament to horror. I'm really glad I picked it this week. It is the best way to kick off spooky season.
Agreed.
Spooky season.
So I'm going to give this.
That's pretty good.
That was a good try.
Spooky.
Oh, spooky season.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, better.
We need
So
a thunder crash.
I'm a little lower than you,
Voice.
but no, my score.
Not his voice.
My voice can get lower.
Mm.
I'm at an 8, but it's a high 8.
I see it.
I want to be higher, but I really like this movie. The acting's great. Everything's great about it. It's slow on purpose, and I like it.
Do you feel like it's too long?
I feel like it's a little too long. So like if multiple rewatchings, you're kind of just like,
There's gonna be a
let's
lot.
go,
There's a lot of downtime.
let's go,
for
right?
sure.
You know,
I could see
I'll
that.
be on my phone a couple times on more rewatches.
right? But
yeah.
it's still a great fucking movie, and I recommend it. Highly recommend watching this movie if you're looking for a psychological horror movie that's gonna fuck you up.
And open yourself up to the idea that it's not The Conjuring. This
No,
is a
yeah,
different
right.
kind of movie. You're engaging different parts of your brain. Like
right?
for
Oh,
sure.
for sure. Yeah. So with that,
Everybody's got family problems.
everybody's got family problems. Yeah, so everybody can relate to this movie. I like it. But next week, we're going to have a special guest on. We're going to have my man Wally from Hydra Effects on.
Wally.
Oh.
I haven't seen
So,
Wally in a while.
Yeah, my main man Wally. We're going to do some cool shit. We're going to talk about a movie that I'm really excited to talk about. And this is actually going to kind of kick off, going off spooky season as well.
All right.
What you got?
Is it spooky?
I already
Not
kicked off spooky
really.
season, so
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh,
So this
I'm
is
all for it.
all for it. So we're going to do Army of Darkness.
Fuck yeah.
Now, is that...
That's in the vein of spooky season.
It's in the vein of it. I got
It's
you.
got monsters.
Yeah.
It's got skeletons fucking running around and shit. It's certainly in the vein of spooky season.
That's
Oh, no,
the
for sure.
older movie, right?
Yeah, so it's
one
the...
that my mom actually
93,
liked.
I think.
Oh, is it?
Is it 90?
I think it's 1993.
I
I'm
think
pretty
it's
confident.
really
I'm gonna look
close
it
to
up,
that.
but I
It's
think
probably like...
93.
Oh, I'm thinking of a different one.
No, you're not.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm very sure. So this is the Evil Dead
Yeah.
sequel, where
92,
he
I was
goes
close, 92.
into the past.
This is the one that my mom was talking about.
This
Yeah.
is my boomstick. Is that ringing a bell?
Yeah.
I don't think I've actually seen it.
What?
I've seen this movie. This was one of my favorite movies of all time
It's
when I
so
was a
good.
child.
It's
I saw
so
it
good.
100 times.
It's so good.
I don't need to watch it. I will.
No,
I'm
I'm
just
watching.
shocked she likes this.
But-
Your mom in a movie? Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
This
What?
is a movie me and my dad watched a million times.
Fuck yeah. So maybe we'll do. Would your dad recommend, or would you recommend it to your dad?
Yeah,
Maybe we
call
should
your
just-
dad next
both my
time.
parents are in this.
Maybe we should just change it to. Do you recommend it to your parents?
Mm.
Yeah.
Nah, it's funnier with your mom.
I think it's funny asking about your mom specifically for like never explain why.
Yeah,
it's just
exactly.
funny.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I like it. Anyways, hey, thanks for listening to the Decision Reel. This was a special episode, kind of, just because 3 people that normally aren't talking about movies.
And we're filming it at fucking midnight.
Midnight.
Yeah.
And it's to kick off a spooky season.
Speaky.
And I'm
like
trapped
it.
in a glass case of emotion. Lots of reasons. This is a special episode. Thanks
I
for
like
joining
it.
us.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Like I said, check us out on our socials, Instagram.
Watch this movie. Watch it.
Watch this movie. We got Twitter. We got Facebook. We got whatever. Give us a shout. Say something. Maybe we'll do an episode on something you guys want to hear. Maybe. All right. See ya.